All right, we are back here with the Warpstone Cup. We got a special Bailey edition because it is raining outside today, guys. So I apologize about the lack of green screen. I have to keep Bailey inside. She'll get all covered in water. So Bailey's joining us here today for our 4th round qualifier. So let's go ahead and take. Every time I'm gonna press a button, she's like, "No, you're gonna pet me more. You're gonna fucking pet me." All right, so let's take a look here. So here is our bracket for today. We can see Czeremis versus Flying Taco is our first round. Bailey, oh my god. Then our second round is Reginald Puggington versus Loxton Soothsayer. Again, guys, I apologize for this little golden retriever, but she's just so precious. And I can't put the green screen up with her in here, or else she'll just knock everything down. And I've also got 2 cats, so she'll eat the cats. Let's take a look, though, at our previous Warpstone tokens here. So we can see that Aristodemos, Hadries, and Xiphos have all won a Warpstone token in the past. So that leaves us with today being our last qualifier. After this, we'll have our finals, in which case Turin will be joining me in the house to co-stream with me to do our finals here. It'll be another best of 4. Bailey, you are so excited for this stream to start, yet you were going to sit in the corner and sleep the entire time. I know it. Oh my god, I know it. All right, so let's take a look again at the bracket here while our 2 teams set up here. It looks like they're both ready to go, so we'll get jumping here in just a second. Right? Let's see who we got here. Well, we got Dr. Z in the house, Crisp is here, Wicked is here, Professor Pipes is here, both from the Extreme Meme team, which Flying Taco is a part of as well. The Extreme Meme team is a really big, I guess you could say, competitor in the competitive realm of Warhammer, or Total War Warhammer. So they'll be, they're all up in that piece lately. They've been in a number of my games and a number of Turin's games. So they're all, oh my god, you just won't let me fucking do this. Okay, let's go ahead and get this first one cracking here. Bailey, come. Oh, I know. Okay, I tricked you. All right, so let's get this back up this direction. All right, guys, dog of corn. So let's go ahead and switch on over to everything. Looks like we're good to go. Let's do it. And our first matchup is going to be the Norskins by Flying Taco versus Czeremis as the Greenskins. Now, this is gentleman's pick, meaning that these guys, they talked about it beforehand. Said, hey, I'm going to choose this. Is that cool with you? Yeah, it's cool with me. Not a hard counter. So there's a lot more of a, I guess, a sportsmanship behind this, and less of like an outright competitive cock match. So it should be a lot of fun here. Our first map is going to be Lightsaber Fort. You can see all of our map seeds in the description below. We have 3 map seeds for the first round because it is best of 3. And the final round is a best of 5. Sorry, I gotta drink stuff here. I gotta drink some fluids. The allergies here have just been destroying me lately. Oh, God. Turn and I both have been like in some varying level of like throat dry, can't speak, eyes puffy. Man. But you guys will be happy to know that a stream notification go out as the previous stream. So stupid. But Turn, I'll be doing some 40k bat reps coming up here real soon. I'm painting up my army. His is all painted. If you guys want to see some models as we get kind of towards the end of the stream, I'm more than happy to show them off. Even at the end of stream, I can kind of go through. I've got painted right now. I get pretty anal retentive with my painting. Like, I've got the new like Shadow Spear box, and I'm like half of it's actually put together because I want to like, oh, I want to put this thing together outside of that I can paint it, or I put it together before, after I paint it. Let's take a look at what we're dealing with our greenskins here. Now, typically we see a lot of black orcs with greenskins, and we do see some here today, right? So Czeremis took the goblin firing line in 2 goblin archers, the rusty arrows here. And as always, guys, we always know the tricks of the rusty arrows. They do have that great sunder armor ability. Now, against Norska as a whole, it's not going to do a ton of benefit, but the whole thing with sunder armor is that it reduces the amount of damage, or I'm sorry, it increases the amount of damage that range fire is going to do, and of course melee damage as well. But the big thing here is using it on your feral mammoths, using it on any kind of marauder chieftains. There are a lot of really great targets with sunder armor. Let's take a look over the rest of the match here. We can see another unit of goblin archers, some orc boys, then here are those lovely black orcs here. Now these guys are actually really strong against a Norska lineup because Norska actually doesn't have a ton of AP units. They do have them in Famir, but Famir need to be supported by other units. So black orcs can really stand on their own with 110 whopping armor. They have nice AP damage included into them as well. So they're kind of hard to crack open for a Norska front line. Of course, any of the feral mammoths or other beasties can really destroy them. Now, Savage Orc Big Guns are another great choice here. These guys are anti-large. They pour out a ton of damage. These guys can just silence any of the larger creatures of the entire Norscan line. Now, our west of the way, we can see more of the Savage Orc Big Guns. We can see even more Black Orcs, some more Orc R boys, and we also see Azghal the Slaughterer here. Azghal, let's see if I can... Oh, okay, there we go. Got it. Haha. We have our Wa, of course, as always. You're never not going to take that. You also have Spirit Leech, a great addition here. Now, Azghal is actually going to be really strong here because he also causes terror. He'll be a great way to just kind of do some morale damage to the opponent. Now, we also have a Goblin Big Boss and then a Night Goblin Shaman. Probably Gaze of Mork on this. Itchy Nuisance, so reduces melee attack and weapon damage, and then Vindictive Glare. Sorry, not Gaze of Mork. Vindictive Glare, and then Sneaky Stabbin'. Now, that is it for our Greenskins. As for our Norskins, get them levitating taquito. Guys, let me know how the sound of the game is. I'm trying to make it so that you guys have better audio. I've noticed lately that it's so quiet, so I'm increasing the audio a little bit. Let me know how it sounds. Greenskins do, someone just, Major Mullah said it in comments that the Greenskins have low mobility. I'm sorry, I forgot to go through all of this portion over here, which is the Orc Big Guns, your Goblin Wolf Riders, some Mage Marauders perhaps in here. Nope, just Goblin Wolf Riders as well. Now, for our Norskins, we have the Maws of Savagery, which are armored skin wolves. They are the Regiments Renown version. They have anti-large, they've got AP, they've got Frenzy, they've got Regeneration. There's so many great perks attached to these Maws of Savagery. In addition to here, we're going to also see the Hounds of Tashnar, which are also an anti-large variant of the Norscan Warhounds. Norscan Warhounds don't have that by default, but in this case, they do. As you can see, we also have some Norscan Ice Wolves, a great unit that have Frostbite, some Skin Wolves with anti-large, Marauders, more Marauders. No, the Ice Horn Marauders, no less, meaning that their little tiny bikinis are covered in frost. Now, these guys get immune to psychology, which is great for Marauders, as Marauders otherwise do not have that ability, and they have pretty more low morale outside of it. In addition to that, we have Wolfric the Wanderer, a Shaman Sorcerer of Death, more Norscan Ice Wolves, and Skin Wolves. Do it. Okay. And then another unit of Marauders. So this is an interesting army for Flying Taco. He has a lot of mobility, a lot of Ice Wolves, a lot of Skin Wolves, a lot of Warhounds too. So really the first engagement is going to really kick off over here. I'm hoping you guys can hear all this. Let me know if the audio is too low. I can, of course, always turn it up. We have some initial skirmisher fire going right off into this. Right into these Norscan. It's always an interesting kind of initial gameplay, right? When you have two armies that have a lot of Vanguard deployment, you always get this kind of initial skirmish action going on here. But one of the biggest things I did notice in the Norscan army is there's not a lot of AP. A lot of those, or I guess all of those Black Orcs are not going to see much opposition in the entire infantry game. But the big thing that Flying Taco went with is a lot of mobility to try and wrap up, get a lot of rear charges and flanking charges onto those Greenskins. As you can see, Flying Taco is kind of pulling everything into the forest here. Got a nice little pocket of just a ton of fast mobile units that can otherwise hunt down a lot of these Goblin Archers. So I think they're just trying to get overwhelming in numbers to kind of get a good surround on them. Trying to get close here to make sure this sounds good. Ooh, getting a little charge on them, getting into that rear. Frostbite's going to slow them down nice and good like. Now you can see the entire Orc army is trying to shift to kind of counter this heavily mobile Norscan force. But you can see the Orc Big Guns are crashing into those Skin Wolves, but they kind of just squeezed away right there. Getting some fire into these units. Got a whole Itchy Nuisance going on. Aspect of the Dread Knight, which is kind of nice here. That's going to give them a nice boost to their leadership and also have them cause terror, which is very strong against armies such as Empire, Skaven, and the Orcs. They do have pretty low leadership, but of course, Azghal is here. He's here to buff that leadership line. He is getting a Spear Leech. He does have Hunter of Champions on him as well, so he's in a pretty weird predicament. He does have Wulfric right there on his heel. Wulfric has had Itchy Nuisance triggered on him, so his melee attack is lowered, so he's not going to be doing as many hits, and his weapon strength is lowered, so he's going to be doing as much damage. As you can see here, though, we do have these Norskins all over in this side. I wish that he kind of had capitalized on that Hunter of Champions. I mean, he had a lot of units that could really do anti-large damage to Azghal there. As you can see, the front line has crashed, or I guess the sideline. The Marauders are squaring off against these Black Orcs. This is not going to be the best matchup for them. They're going to probably get their asses handed to them. But he did manage to get the Iceform Marauders into these Rusty Errors. Oh, man, a nice little a nice ship through this line here. Wah has been triggered across the Orc line, meaning that they're going to be doing a lot more damage here. Increases speed, charge bonus, and melee attack. You have Azghal dumping in onto this Shaman Sorcerer. Shaman Sorcerer is on a chariot, so it means he's going to be doing a lot more damage to just the kind of base infantry line here. But the biggest thing here is that there's just not enough infantry, I think, to really soak up a lot of the damage that is coming out from the Greenskins. There's so many Norskin kind of skirmisher cav units. I think he's got to start reining these in and focus more on this line. Oh, my allergies. I'm just itching my eye like I got fucking crack whore over here. Shaman Sorcerer getting focused down with a little bit of a Spirit Leech over there. Where's Wulfric? Wulfric is just kind of wandering over here, as his name doth entail. Skin Wolves here supporting and screening out to the Marauders, getting a charge in onto those Savage Orc Big Guns. We got Azghal jumping in as well, and we do have 2 units of Skin Wolves here. He can put a little bit of a threat onto the Mighty Orc Chieftain, as we do see the Shaman Sorcerer kind of squeal away on his Chariot of Doom there. The lore of boats. Goblin Archers coming in again, getting some charges into these Skin Wolves. Skin Wolves, though, if they are in a 1-to-1 match, they will beat the brakes off of those Goblin Archers. They do have anti-large, a little bit better of a melee profile. The Goblin Archers are meant for more harassment at range. These are just kind of piling in here. Everything kind of turning into a big clusterfuck over here. Skin Wolves are in a little bit of danger. They're pretty low in health. They can run away to regenerate and recover some here. But the biggest thing here is these little quick engagements that are going on with this Shaman and this an Azghal here. You can see for the most part, the Orcs have completely won the infantry game, and they're coming back over here to help with the beleaguered units and their Shaman, as well as their big boss. Another lore of boats going in here. Shaman Sorcerer in a really bad situation here. He does need to get those Norscan Ice Wolves onto Azghal there. Get that Frostbite, get him to slow down a little bit, kind of slow his roll. He's getting pretty much free damage, just unmitigated shots into him. But the big thing, though, we can see that Flying Taco. He is now losing his Sorcerer. A good target for Azghal, though, it was to get rid of that as fast as possible, shutting down a whole portion of the game for the Norskins. Oh, a big charge in from those... Oh, not Norskin, Ice Wolves. In from those Regiment of Renown units of Skin Wolves. Oh, yeah. Going in on Wulfric. Itchy Nuisance chicken in here. This is overcasted, so it's going to be cast across the entire unit here, the entire blob. Balance of power, though, is still 50-50. This is by no means a game that has been won. Norscan Ice Wolves kind of charging in and out, getting into shots into these Orc Aura boys. Azghal kind of fluttering around, going into them as well. Look at that, man. Azghal is just pissed. So what Flying Taco did, or I guess what you could say is, Flying Taco, rather than taking a longer line or a wider line, with a lot more mobility, and that has allowed him to really kind of control certain engagements in this fight. As you can see, the Greenskins are kind of all blobbed up here because they don't really have the mobility to threaten any of these units. And as Norsca kind of reins it in, kind of comes back here and there, you can see the Norskins kind of chasing down select targets, going down for this Goblin Big Boss, going to rip him to shreds over there as they kind of regenerate some health, get a little bit more on their feet again. This is the Mazo Savagery? Yeah, this is the Mazo Savagery. Going right in. This is a good target for them. They're one of the only units left that can do AP, jumping right in on these Black Orcs, getting some good charge damage in on them. Look at these guys. They're so metal. Just each one of them, a clone of Hugh Jackman, ripping through. Oh, man. Another wall kicking off, though. That is not going to be good for them. Wulfric is in the mix here. He's got some Savage Orcs on him with the anti-large. He's got to get out of that as fast as possible. Balance of power is starting to shift, actually, a little more towards the Norskins than it is for the Greenskins. It looks like it could be like 55-45 or 60-40 at this point. I think one of the big things here, if the Norskins still had their lore of magic, they'd be able to do a lot more damage in this situation, and they don't, unfortunately. So he's relegated to really just picking off any kind of situations he can. Skinwolf's getting really focused down over here, hard and heavy. Trying to get a little quick errant charge under the Night Goblin Shaman that just did not turn out well for him. He's bringing in all of his hounds of many various shapes, sizes, and forms into this little charge here, pulling him out immediately, getting a reinforcement in from the Maws of Savagery, another unit of Skin Wolves, and the mighty Wulfric the Wanderer himself. Kind of backing off, back and forth, getting some good cycle charges in here. Flying Taco's not overly committing to any engagement. That is not completely serving him right now, which is a really good play right now. He doesn't have the kind of staying power that these Black Orcs really do in sustained combat. Oh, ooh, Azghal going right there for Wulfric. Wulfric is kind of pinned between his own units. Ooh, Hunter of Champions on him. Looks like he's probably going to do an all-in with the Maws of Savagery on him. The Black Orcs are chasing down Wulfric, who is now fleeing the battlefield, but it looks like he's not shattered. Oh, he's terrified, so he should be coming back here. Norscan Ice Wolves are going to kind of screen him back. There he is. He's back. Flying Taco kind of doing what he can here. Using those Norscan Ice Wolves to really kind of mitigate as much as he can. It's kind of just a crazy clusterfuck right now. Balance of power still pretty even. This is going to be pretty big, though. These Skin Wolves getting taken down is not going to be awesome because this is a large amount of anti-large, of course, that was going to be attributed towards Azghal here. But the Maws of Savagery, though, are in good shape, and this is the only AP that Flying Taco has access to. So he does kind of have to keep a tighter rein on them. That's going to allow him to kind of chip away at those Black Orcs. Even if he does kill Azghal, he then has to weather the storm of all those Black Orcs. With 110 armor, it's pretty devastating. The Black Horse will eventually just be able to weather the storm of tons and tons of wolves nipping at their heels. I was just told in chat that Ice Wolves have AP. We're going to find out together. Well, they have 13 AP. That's a lot higher than I thought they did. So even though they don't have the AP moniker, they do have quite a bit of AP. As you can see here, though, Azghal is using his mobility to his advantage, kind of flying in and out of combat, getting some cycle charges in. Again, both of them are not dedicating too much to any one charge. No real big alpha strike is being committed here. A big Hunter of Champions dropped on Azghal, though. He wasn't in the air. I think Flying Taco was anticipating him to fall, and then was going to just swarm over him with those wolves. Czeremis kind of used that strategically and stayed up in the air, which was probably a pretty good call for him. Getting some good cycle charges on here, kind of weathering away at these at these Black Orcs, little by little, kind of swapping out Skin Wolf for Ice Wolf for Norscan Warhound charges. A big, huge alpha strike onto Azghal. Oh, and he pops Wah here. This could be the big one here. As Azghal gets a couple good slaps on Wulfric, this could just immediately tank the army. The balance power has now shifted heavily into the favor of the Orcs at a cool 70, 30, 60, 40 here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And it looks like Taco's just getting the butt smacked now. Wulfric is fleeing away. Majority of the wolves are gone, and that it should probably be... should be just about game. Although, I mean, Maws of Savagery all of a sudden just started clinging to life and started doing a ton of damage to Azghal here. But I think that's pretty much all she wrote there. Greenskins pulling ahead here. 1-0. Czeremis versus Flying Taco. Let's go ahead and edit that. Left 4. All right, so I mean, this was a very unique and different build from Flying Taco, right? We see nothing but high mobility. Outside of that, just simply Marauders. Even a Regiment Renowned unit, which did get a nice 50 kills on them. They were mainly attacking the Goblin firing line, which is a good target for them. But for the most part, man, like, look at this. 95, 62, 56, 66, 66 kills on all these highly mobile units. But really, the Orcs had the staying power in their Black Orcs. If they had gone with more Savage Orcs, I think that that would have actually been the doom for Czeremis. I think that all the cycle charging, all these larger creatures would have been a lot harder to deal with. But he did go with Savage Orcs with Big Guns, which allowed him to really counter some of the large creature play that was coming out from Flying Taco. So, great first game. Great first game, yes. Going here back to my lovely face. They're choosing their armies right now. Let's go ahead and switch the map as well. I'll look at the what that seed is. My brain is not good enough to remember anymore. I have become addled in my old age. Map seed. Okay, so next is Karak Azghal. Guys, I don't know if I should get the new Sekiro that's coming out. The new From Software game. Going what out long? My beard? I guess it's kind of long right now, yeah. I mean, I love From Software. I've got like a big ass picture of Bloodborne in that corner of my room. I'm sorry, guys. So allergied out right now. I didn't want to let this go another week, though. I don't know. Misha, knowledgeable person, extremely intelligent. Those are two words I wouldn't apply to her. Just kidding, Misha. Fucking yeah, you do. What's up, Professor Pipes? What's up, Shadow? How are you, dude? Oh, shit. Guys, my brother's here. Evan's here. Everybody say hi to Evan Seckham. Mention him in chat and say hi, Sparty's brother. And also mention that Evan has obscenely long feet. Like, he has a size 16 shoe. He has to go to Ross to buy shoes because the only people that produce his shoes are people that sell overstock. Bigger and bigger drinks just from, like, off camera. I heard Evan was a bitch. Dude, Evan got fucking pwned. Evan went, oh god, Pharaoh War just trying to, like, sling you hot dogs from Egypt. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I roll over you, little girl? Did I roll over you? Hey there, Bigfoot. Oh, man, it's so good. All right, so they're choosing their armies here. Czeremis is ready. We're just waiting on Flying Taco to go. Hey, come here. You're in that corner. So I have like a corner. Like, so you see this wall right here? There's my door right there. There's like a little small nook. She always goes in like that little corner and falls asleep. He's got a size 16 foot, guys. Disgusting. Like, he's one of those people that just has full-on alligator claws. Here we have Loxton Soothsayer is going to be up after this with Reginald Puggington. Right now, though, Czeremis is up 1-0 against Flying Taco in the first heat. If Flying Taco can't pull a win off here, though, Czeremis will take it. So we'll see what goes on. Both competitors are greatly matched right now, so we're having a lot of fun in this first heat here. All right, they're readied up. We're going to go ahead and do it. Czeremis is representing the people of Poland. Here you guys go. You guys can see Bailey if you want. While we're waiting for them to load in and get all set up, we'll have fun with Bailey. Come here, sweet. So pretty. You're so pretty. Go ahead and check something. I haven't. Oh my god. Oh my god, Bailey. Let me check something here. Okay, good. I had a feeling like my things weren't working. Is this working? It's working. It's working. Their armies are setting up. Wait for them to fully set up, and we'll jump into taking a look at those. Oh, good girl. Good girl, baby. Bailey always wants to talk. Here. Bailey. I was expecting she just go. Excuse you. Excuse you. Excuse you. No, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. There's no jumping. There's no jumping. No, sir. Can we replace... Dude, imagine if I just were able to put her in this seat. In like a seat that like keeps her upright. And I just spoke the entire time. You never saw my face. It was just... Did you just lick my nipple? Yeah. Yeah, I did. Okay, come here. Yeah. Okay. Isn't Bailey named after the drink? No, Bailey's named after the dog. Dude, Bailey's establishing some serious dominance to me on me today. You try to get on my fucking bed? I was like, Bailey, come on. Come on. Dude, Bailey deserves my job. I suck at what I'm doing. That over. There we go. Horn frame. Okay. Bailey. Oh my god. Guys. She's a really cute dog, right? This dog farts like a full-on human. Like, I'm like, what the fuck was that? Yeah, she's like, oh, it was me, it was me. I farted like a human. Oh, I'm a dog, I'm a dog, I'm a dog. We'll poop everywhere, all over your bed, and splattered. Alright, so we're seeing some Skaven action. I do not have a Canadian cousin. I'm 100% Italian from America. Alright, so we're having Beastmen versus some Skaven. Let's take a look over here at Czeremis' Skaven action. So he's doing some pretty interesting action here. He's got clan rats intermixed in with some rat ogres, giving them a little bit more staying power. So if they get charged in, they won't just go flying all over the place. The rat ogres will also respond in kind, getting a kind of a double charge. A 2-for-1 deal. Some fun action here. Yes, yes! Skaven, Skaven! So we're also seeing... Oh, yeah. I love seeing the bell of action here. We got a Grey Seer. Other side of this bad boy. We got a Grey Seer of Plague here. Going hog wild. Let's see what spells he took. Vermintide. Pestilent Birth. Unholy Clamor is part of the thing. And Scorch part of the thing. Alright, so he's got a good little... mainly the breath attack. And, well, actually, that comes built into the kit of the actual bell itself. And we have a Vermintide as well. We also see a Skaven Assassin here. In the back line, though, we see some destructive-looking warp lightning cannons. Now, these guys, of course, are going to be really, really good against any kind of Cygor play. Any of the larger creatures that you would typically see in Beastmen, these things can focus down. Now, typically, you see 2 warp lightning cannons and 1 plague claw catapult, or 2 claw catapults and 1 warp lightning cannon. So this should be an interesting play to see how these kind of get used here. Czeremis is no stranger to interesting tactics. We also have some Skaven Slave Slingers. On the outskirts, we have some spears to kind of surround these units as a whole. A Doom Wheel in the far back here. Another Doom Wheel in the further back. So 2 Doom Wheels. So an overall fun-looking Skaven army here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell them to do it. Going over the armies. So, as we can see here, a lot of gore, a lot of ungores. So looks like Flying Taco went very, very wide here, right? He went with the Blackhorns Ravagers, which have a stock mechanic built into them, which is always kind of nice here. Allows them to get up close and personal without getting those initial shots in. They're gonna the sound of the Beastmen has been sounded. So they'll be charging across the battlefield as we talk about the rest of this army. Now you can also see some Chaos Warhounds with poison, some Centaurs, both 2 units here. Normal variants. Oh man, look at those warp lightning cannons just chewing up those gore shields. But those things are a relatively inexpensive unit here, so it's a good target for Flying Taco. Now, the Brave Shaman of Death is charging up in its chariot, which is a great choice here. A lot of anti-infantry built into the chariot. We also see some more gore herds, and the Destroyers of Drakval Forest. Morghur Shadowgrave, and then a Gore Bull. So in an interesting kind of turn, there was a heavy Vanguard deployment. So you can see here that Flying Taco is getting a quick drop on Czeremis. He's trying to do some wraparound play with the Warhounds and the Centaurs here, but you can see that big charge happening across that way. getting the Senegors into the rear of those clan rats, helping out with those Chaos Warhounds, getting charged in here from the rat ogres, going crazy in ham. The Screaming Bell is looking to just roll right through this unmanned unit of clan or Chaos Warhounds into some more juicier targets. The Harpies coming in now. The Harpies, these things are not to be underestimated. They have 44 weapon strength with 12 AP built into them, and I think they're, what, like 600, 800 points? They're very, very inexpensive and very cost-effective for what they're meant to do, which is really harassing backline units. Sorry, I run out of moisture in my mouth so quickly right now. Oh man, that Bray Shaman Sorcerer of Death is just getting completely focused down. Received all those volleys to the face, pretty much out of it quick and heavy like. You can see here that the Rat Ogres have won this initial left flank, are now pushing into the center pocket here and doing quite a bit on Flying Taco's otherwise pretty wide Beastman formation here. You have that Plague Bell just going hog wild on things. I wish this was the Plague Furnace. That'd be really awesome. The Screaming Bell though was awesome, but I just love the Plague Furnace as well. Oh, look at that. Man, I'm actually surprised to see how well this Warp Lightning Cannon is doing against even these larger units of infantry. Like, and now it, of course, is focusing on a Gorbel and it's done quite a bit of damage. Oh, a beautiful lineup right here. That Doom Wheel, not Doom Bolt. You go raging right through here. Man, the Beastmen are having a hard time at this match. They are already dropping well below into the 40 percentile for their balance of power here. Pestilent Birth popping up, some more Clan Rats, locking in Morgar Shadowgrave here. Got some Chaos Spawn also popping up, 2 full units of them around Morgar as Morgar uses his special ability kind of innately now. A lot of Beastmen are fleeing off the scene here. And Czeremis, as we know, is like the hero of Skavendom. Always has really fun, really interesting, really good and challenging Skaven builds, and he's definitely brought one here. Flying Taco went with a heavy Vanguard build and trying to kind of catch Czeremis off guard, and it looks like it's actually not playing too well in his advantage here. He's really falling behind the balanced power curve very quickly, and there's just so many Skaven on the battlefield right now. Look at this ravening, skittering horde.
Oh, yes. Warpstone!
I don't know why they sound like gremlins. Who gave them candy after midnight? Really, the last pocket here is these Chaos Spawns just kind of going hog wild on everything. I'll tell you guys a secret: Chaos Spawn are not good in tabletop. Oh. How's the sound? Does it sound okay with you guys? Is it drowning me out? Is it perfect? Let me know how the game sound is. I was trying to get more of that. I was looking in the replays of some of the previous stuff, and you guys could barely hear anything. Got Morgar up here, trying to just kind of shut down some of these Warp Lightning Cannons as best he can. Getting any kind of damage in there. But he's got Rat Ogres on him, he's got the Assassin on him. This is not going to go well for Morgar. Rat Ogres, you know, I always say this, they're really great AP units. They're 800 points. They're probably one of the most cost-effective and widely used units in the Skaven roster, just because they make really good special character defenders. They make really good kind of anti-cavalry screenings. You can push them across anything that's going to charge into you, that you can then get Stormhammer with halberds or even Clan Rats with spears into them quite quickly. Making way for the Doom Wheel. Morgar is just so tanky. Look at him just taking all this to the face. They flee, we run. Yep, and there it is. Army losses kicking in, and it looks like Czeremis is pulling up 2-0 in the first heat, knocking Flying Taco out of round 1. Really, it kind of came down to a differing of builds here. I think that Flying Taco had a kind of a different mindset for his build that just kind of got countered by the level of play that Czeremis' build was innately kind of had with it. With 2 Doom Wheels, 2 Warp Lightning Cannons, a lot of Rat Ogres. There just weren't enough kind of heavy hitters in Flying Taco's army to really kind of weather the fight here, right? Had he had any Minotaurs, Bestigors, or even actually just more Senegors, he would have been able to put a lot more pressure on Czeremis so he couldn't focus down the line. If you kind of watch that one, It started in the left flank with the kind of double Gore, Centaur, Chaos Warhound initial route, and from there it was that pocket of Ratman then joined the other the center fight, then moved to the rightmost flank. So it was kind of like a my feet froze. So it looks like it just kind of it just snowballed pretty quickly from there. But huge shout out to Flying Taco for joining us here today. He's got plenty of other great stuff. He's done a lot of replays. Go check out anything from XMT. They do a lot of awesome action here too. Flying Taco, I don't know if he streams or not. But let's go ahead and set the next match here. So give me just 1 second here. Right. What we're going to do is we're going to go to this screen while I set everything up. So it looks like we're going to be having Czeremis moving on to the next round. There. And then go back here and oopsies, that's the wrong button. There we go. So we're going to have our bros joining us here. We're going to have Loxton Soothsayer and Reginald Puggington. They'll be our next victims in the chopping block. Get them into this match here. Loxton. Right to lobby. And Reginald lobby. On the chopping block. We got Reginald in. We're just waiting for Loxton real quick. He just got back from work, so we'll give him a second while we kind of let's see what Evan said. Probably something unproductive because he's just fuck guys. Evan Evan used to drive a Nissan Xterra, and Evan is 6'15", and for those of you in not in the US, that's a bunch of centimeters. So he's so tall that his head touches the roof of that fucking car. And he's got this big, greasy mop of Italian hair. So when he would get out of the car, there's just a black stain from his just disgusting, greasy Italian hair. Almost went more racist in using racial slurs of Italians, which I can do. I'm Italian, but I don't want to get flagged. Sounds good. Ted out. Next up on the chopping block. Yes, Professor Pipes, it's hyperbole. Fuck. Hey, Major Mullah, thank you very much, man. Major Mullah just made a $11 donation. Thank you very, very much, brother. Did I watch Sopranos? And we watch it every fucking Christmas. It's Nissan, not Nissan. I hate you, Demi. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. All right, Lightsaber Fort is our first one. Alrighty. I mean, we're pretty far ahead of schedule right now, so we're just gonna kind of wait a little bit for Loxton. He, like I said, just got back from work, so he should be joining. In the meantime, guys, lore Q&A. The ground is open. What do you want to ask me? If anything, can I answer it? Who knows? Also, in other news, go on to the Total War forums. Or in there. I hate Southern California because it's like you clean your room and then like 2 minutes later, just the dust from the high heavens whips through the fucking window. Yeah, Evan, I love you, bro. Italian accent on American English. Oh, this guy over here coming in with the fucking big hairdo. That Heath Ledger's shirt from The Dark Knight looks purple. No, this is. It looks purple. It's red here. Whip. Red. It's like pinkish red. What do you mean? What about dragons? What about Borgia? What's up, dude? My beard's a little wild right now. Let's tame that thing back. My mystical face pubes. Ah, Loxton is booting up right now, and he'll be in the game. Buy Hans Zimmer live in Prague? What's that? Wait, is it like fucking a cooking show where Hans Zimmer goes around eating food, going, this is good. This is going to inspire my next soundtrack. Okay, guys, I have this is like the penultimate first world problem next to something equally as insignificant. So, how many of you guys own Blu-rays or DVDs or whatever? But now that streaming is such a big part of our lives and about media and about that's kind of how we consume stuff nowadays. Do you ever just get too lazy to watch a movie you own on Blu-ray and you'd rather like stream it? Oh. Hey, Michael Harvey, thank you for donating, man. I'll take a look at what you just said. 1 second here. You're a fucking god at this game. Thanks for everything. OC Joker, thank you very much, dude. I'm not very good. I'm not the best. I don't play the game as much as I probably should. Like, Turn is so much better than me because Turn plays like every day. I don't play every day, so that's kind of like my crux. He's so much better than me. He's so much better. Thanks for Total War 2 fix without the mental effort. Hey, Michael, glad to provide it for you, my bro. Give me 1 sec, guys. You know, Aristodemus brought up a good point. It's a game. You don't have to play it every day. You really do. You really don't have to play it every day. But the biggest thing about it is, so I've actually played a lot of first-person shooters. If anything, I would stream that on my Twitch, like Apex Legends. I play a lot of Apex Legends, and I'm really, really good at first-person shooters. But I feel like first-person shooters don't have such a hard fall-off like Total War does. If I don't play for a week or two, I notice that my micro skills just drop drastically. It's a very depreciating skill compared to like first-person shooters, which are a little bit more point and click. You're a little more siloed in your focus, where this you have to be more, sweeping. Donate my hand to Turin. So, for those of you guys who follow Tabletop, they just released the Shadow Spear box, and I've got it over there somewhere. And Turin and I split it. So because Turin's hand hurts so bad, I'm going to pop out all the pieces for him and then scrape off all the mold lines, because that's what fucks his hand up the most. And then he can glue them together. So I am donating my hand to him. Yeah, I mean, you can you can play Total War single player without a problem. You go into the multiplayer, you really have to know, okay, if he's high elves, I'm looking at 3 or 4 possible builds. Here's the things that they're probably going to take the most often. If I'm playing like Apex Legends, I don't give a fuck if someone's got like a triple take versus like a Mozambique. It doesn't matter. It's just what I have to shoot them first. The best gun doesn't matter. How did Turn and I meet? We went to college together. I would never do that for you, Pipes. Ricky Winter, this is like a Dutch rudder for Warhammer, basically, yeah. Michael Harvey, you made a donation. I'm sorry, not Michael Harvey. Major Miller, you made an actual Streamlabs donation, so let me take a look at that. And guys, thank you very, very, very much for your donations, guys. It's really, really huge. Now that I no longer go to a part-time job at all. I only do YouTube, so it's so massive for me. I've got to do taxes soon. I don't want to fucking do that. Let me see what you said, Major Mula. Solid streaming, brother. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it, my dude. Whiskey Jack has been a member 17 months in a row now. Fucking awesome, bro. Sorry, they're just picking their armies. Want to make sure everything, the rules are a little bit are clear. Dude, you wish you were my former part-time job boss. Fucking tongue twister. Crazy C4, what's up, brother? Yeah, so Nick Turin, he was like all-American track and field. He was like a fucking like he played football, he played track and field. I think he played soccer too, I can't remember. Alright, looks like Reginald Puggington is going to be playing the Vampire Counts, and Loxton Soothsayer is going to be the Wood Elves. We'll see how this kind of pans out here. It's going to be kind of a challenge for the Vampire Counts because you're going to be dealing with a lot of range fire coming your way from the Deepwood Scouts, Way Watchers. There's a lot of things that are going to be really really hard to deal with the Wood Elves. Now the Wood Elves, on the other hand, though, they're going to deal with an army that has a lot of access to cheap, affordable. God damn it! Why the hell do I have something up that's pinging all over the place? Cheap, affordable shields. So that's going to be kind of the crux there is, sure, yeah, you can get a lot of shots on things, but they're more often than not going to have silver shields, stuff like that. Be good to adapt into Night Lords. Nathan Hewitt. I take it you saw the new Night Lord stuff, which is not substantial and kind of shitty. Hey, thanks for subscribing. It's only me, 137. No, Misha. Americans have to call it soccer because we already have our own football. Big BJ fan. I mean, huge BJ fan myself. How many subscribers does Birdman have? Oh, I just checked. That guy's got like 1 million followers. I thought he was like an up and coming YouTuber. I was like, sure, I'll link. I'll like definitely like, you know, pay it forward. Fuck, man. I'm not gonna do that. You should link me. I'm all about like if anyone's like just coming up in YouTube, like I'm all for like helping them out. That's how I got bigger. Was Turin helped me out. A bunch of other people helped me out. Where were you? Logan, who was asking? Logan, you were asking about, who was asking about Night Lords and the new Chaos? All right, we're good to go. Oh yeah, people haven't subscribed to Whiskey Jack? An outrage. Right, we're loading in here, waiting for our armies to kind of get set up before we talk about them. This should be a fun one, my bros. Guys, after this, I'm going to do some serious hobbying. I'm stoked. If a woodchuck could chuck wood, why does woodchuck chuck wood? Yeah, you can subscribe to Whiskey Jack. Pfft, all of you guys have YouTube channels. If you created a thing to comment on here, you all have a YouTube channel. George Soha, while I would love that to have a 40k Batman back in the game, it'd be pretty hard because he quite literally lost his head. But, you know, I'm all for the possibility of bringing certain people back. Sanguinius wouldn't make a lot of sense because Sanguinius and Horus are like dead in their soul. Like Sanguinius is like put into like some fucking crazy ass realm of torment or something. I'm not really sure. We're gonna find out once the Horus Heresy books get to that stage, but we know for sure that Horus Heresy's soul, or Horus's soul, was like completely popped by the Emperor, like a fucking balloon. I know, George, dude. I want it so bad, bro. Like, I'm okay if they even added Sanguinius back. I'd be like, yeah, well, I mean, kind of makes his death like pointless, but fuck, it's cool. I'm not one of those lore purists, unless it's something like, okay, the Death Company were Blood Angels. They fell victim to the Black Rage, which is a flaw of their gene seed that was built in as a result of Sanguinius' death, and the only remaining gene seeds being the ones of the Blood Angels on the Siege of Terra. There's your quick little like spark notes on that. So the Primaris Blood Angels should not be allowed to have the Black Rage because it's not built into their gene seed naturally. I think it'd be really cool if Alpha Legion's if Alpha Legion got their Primarch back and you had to take both models, both Omegon and Alfarian, but you had to place them anywhere in the army. They would just pop out, and you charge a unit of Chaos Space Marines and end up being a fucking like beat squad and a half. All right, let's take a look at these armies. So let's take a look at Loxton Soothsayer. He has got a real imposing front line here of Way Watchers. That is going to be a lot of shots downrange in the very early portions of the game. In addition, he's got a nice little contingent over here. He's got a Spellsinger in the trees here, giving a nice recharge or Winds of Magic recharge bonus, Eternal Guard, and then the Wild Riders. Now, Wild Riders are really strong, especially in this matchup here, because they do have a nice, good physical resist of 20%. They do get Frenzy, and they have a really great charge bonus of 62. So, if you can really kind of get these things squirming away from Blood Knights and out of the way of Skeleton Spearmen, they can really do a lot of damage to the entirety of the Vampire Coast army. Now, the rest is filled with Eternal Guard here across the line, some more Wild Riders. Now, Eternal Guard, you know, we talk about these guys all the time, but they're amazing stock units. They have charge defense versus large, anti-large. They also have AP. They're really not that expensive. I think that the unshielded variation is 475, so they're really a great unit. I really dig Eternal Guard, especially in tabletop. When they got their third unit of Wild Riders, when they got their models updated, they were beautiful looking. Look at this little guys. We have some sneaky direwolves. Before we jump over to the vampire counts, let's look at their lord. It's just simply a Glade Lord, a female Glade Lord, so they're going to have the Prey of Anathrama ability here. That's going to lock things down, give you that reduction to missile resistance as well. But it is only on a horse, no dragon here. And then some War Dancers, Asterai Spears in the very back here. So a nice little army here. Again, we've talked about possibility of Way Watchers in this army, and here they are. Way Watchers or Deepwood Scouts is a very big kind of front initial play for Wood Elf players. Now, for Reginald Puggington, I also want to say Puppington, he's got a line of Skeleton Spearmen, followed by more Skeleton Warriors, Grave Guard, another unit of Grave Guard. It looks like some Skeleton Warriors here. Oh. So 2 regiments of renown. We have the Sternsmen, which have regeneration. My nose just completely messed up here. They've got access to regeneration, which makes them pretty awesome here, right? So they're going to be taking a lot of shots initially, but they'll hopefully be able to regenerate through a lot of it without having to use Invocation from the Heck. Now, Koenigsegg Stalkers also have your poison weapons, and then you look... Varix Reavers. Now, this will be a really nice unit to use if you're chasing down some of those Way Watchers here, because they also have regeneration. They also have anti-infantry, not the actual icon, but they still do have anti-infantry built into them, so we'll be able to see a lot of fun from these guys. And then it looks like just some more... some Blood Knights here for your anti-large, and some more... these are Skeleton Warriors. And then a ton of bats. You've got Manfred von Karstein on his dragon, and some more of the Dire Pack. All right. So we'll see how this kind of pans out here. Taking a look at these 2 armies as they kind of clash here, you can see that there's going to be a lot of range fire coming across the way very, very fast at our vampire counts. But the vampire counts do have some nice Varix Reavers in cover here, so it should play pretty well to Reginald's advantage here to try to get a quick drop onto those Way Watchers. Getting a quick charge across that field, trying to get some damage out there quickly. This unit of Graveguard is getting focused down versus the Sternsmen, which is a good thing for Reginald here. But you can see they're just getting picked apart quickly. Way Watchers do have quite a bit of not anti-large. They do have a lot of AP with a whopping 33 missile damage here. You saw that was 2 or 3 volleys here, and they've already taken about 30% health and damage. Kind of moving around here. Bats just dropping from the fucking sky like people are shooting pigeons with shotguns. Guys, if I randomly go... map, Patrick, is Leitziger Fort. If I randomly go quiet, it's because I have to swig water because my mouth is super dry. Wild Riders here getting charged up by these dire wolves. Getting put down pretty quickly, though. Dire wolves really can't do much against them. You can see that the... Oh, no! Parravon on Manfred. He's getting just focused down by all these archers here. Ooh, this is really bad. Look at his health just chunking away. Missile resistance reduction here. Getting those dire wolves in there to just try and get some shutdown on the archers as best as possible, which was a really good play. He had to do whatever he could to try and save Manfred. He was in a bad, bad place. If he had taken 3 or 4 more volleys, he would have just been dead like that. So we're getting some really good initial play here with those bats in there, shutting down some of that range play, getting those Way Watchers to push back. But you can see here that Varix Reavers are now pushing in, slamming into the side of those Eternal Guard, trying to still, though, pursue into the Way Watchers. You got Manfred in the back there. He's summoned up some zombies. You've got the Dire Wolves now pushing into the rightmost flank of things. As we can see here on the left flank, we've got the Wild Riders that are getting put down by both the Blood Knights and the Skeleton Spearmen, getting reinforced as well by the Dire Pack jumping in on them. Now, some more Wild Riders are coming in from the kind of deep reserve here with these Eternal Guard, try and shore up this back line, get some more room for the Way Watchers to start shooting into stuff. At the same time here, we can see the front line has hit into, with those Skeleton Warriors, kind of eating up some of those Eternal Guards' time and effort. Sternsmen have gone in with these Eternal Guard, but it looks like they're already kind of a little bit ahead of schedule there. Belsinger here is in a good position, nice outside of combat, dropping some good heals down here. Fatal Manticore. Oh, this is a Spellsinger of Life. Can I have a Fatal Manticore? Did I miss the... Oh, there's another one. Oh, I'm an idiot. So Spellsinger Beast, that's where you got your second Manticore summon. I didn't even see that, unfortunately. Way Watchers getting a ton of damage again onto Manfred, getting some good plucks onto him. Manticores onto him as well. Just using whatever they can to focus him down. Skeletons pushing into the Spellsinger of Life. Got him good heal there earlier. Ooh, another Parravon onto the Dire Pack here, hoping to kind of stop them from wrapping up these Way Watchers. The Way Watchers can continue to shoot and get some really good critical shots onto Manfred von Karstein there. Now you can see here too that we do have the Varix Reavers pushing into that back line, trying to get some hits onto those Way Watchers here. You can see the Felbats are jumping in as well. The Wild Riders trying to intercept and screen out some of the Varix Reavers attacks. Varix Reavers getting a nice invocation to heck onto them. We also can see some other zombies getting summoned up here to wrap up that Spellsinger. Manfred is really kind of playing the knife's edge here. There's no other spellcasters in this Vampire Count's army, so I understand how Reginald is trying to keep a good distance. Oh, a nice breath attack onto those Eternal Guard, just cooking them for dinner there. But understand how Reginald is trying to keep a good distance here, but also keep good invocation to heck distance. These Varix Reavers are really in bad shape now. They were at pretty good health jumping into this fight, and now they're getting just killed off so fast now. Got a big blob of destruction here. Fail Manicore just kind of going hog wild through things, eating whatever kind of stuff it can, doing a kind of damage. At the point now they're towards the end of their summoning, so sorry. The mouth feels like sawdust. Man, look at that. That center pocket's kind of folding down. You can see it's pretty much just some skeleton warriors here left. Way Watchers, rather than shooting on Manfred, are choosing a better target. Well, not a better target, but a good target in the Blood Knights. I mean, they're not in good range to get a lot of damage in, but you can see they are now in a better range, or in better range to start putting more shots onto Manfred here. Parravon, I think, only has 2 charges. Can't remember off the top of my head. Oh no! Loxton Soothsayer is just about to pull this one out, it looks like. Balance of power has now shifted pretty heavily towards the Wood Elves here. Manfred von Karstein is so low on health. He does have an invocation on him. He's pulling, so Loxton Soothsayer is doing a great thing here. He's using these Wild Riders, which received an attack order from these Blood Knights, to pull them towards his army, get a Parravon on them, and then focus them with the Way Watchers. They're going to go down so fast. Because now that, oh man! I didn't even see what killed him, but boom, there goes Manfred. The Dale King of East Coast has been downed. He is like a squirrel looking for a nut. Hey, Colin's here, man. Thanks for your donation, Colin. I appreciate it, brother. And that's pretty much going to probably be all she wrote here. The Vampire Counts are really kind of hanging on by a thread at this point. They do have a little bit of units in some of these, in the Sternsmen here that are actually at pretty good health, all things considered. But I think the biggest thing is once you lose your... Oh man, this whole unit of Graveguard is still in pretty good health. Well, really, once you lose your Lord with the Vampire Counts, you really lose almost the game entirely. If you lose it in tabletop, everything starts to disintegrate every turn. Oh man, look at them just chasing down this Glade Lord. Loxton Soothsayer just kind of running away. Hey Nate, thank you very much for your donation too as well, dude. See, now here's what I kind of liked about this build. Loxton Soothsayer didn't go for the conventional kind of very kitey style build. He went for he went very wide with Eternal Guard, and he went with a nice solid pocket of Way Watchers. Nothing too over the top, nothing too kind of gamey. That's the one thing I kind of don't like when you have a very overpowered faction, or a faction that has certain things that can just be too soupy and too gamey. I just really don't like it. I think it's poor sportsmanship, to be totally honest. Unless you're really kind of playing a specific game. I think if you're using it to the direct counter of an Armies heavy skirmisher, then I'm okay with it. But if you're just always taking heavy skirmish kite builds, it's very gamey. I'm not a huge fan of it. But I like how Loxton Soothsayer took a very different build here with a lot more of a Eternal Guard front line, with the Way Watchers not the biggest presence in his army, but still a pretty threatening one nonetheless, of course, right? Three Way Watchers are pretty terrible. Nothing like a soupy, gamey soup of soup. I mean, surprisingly enough, the Vampire Counts are holding on pretty well here. They have 2 pretty large units of Graveguard here. And the Way Watchers are now completely out of ammunition here. And unless they have an ability to summon a Feral Manticore, I mean, the balance of power is heavily now... Oh, there it is. There's army losses. I was pretty surprised that didn't trigger off earlier, but we looks like this is game 1 of Heat 2 over with, and Loxton Soothsayer has pulled ahead by 1. Take a look at our armies here. I mean, 28, 38, 46. I didn't even see the Asrai War Dancers going to town. I didn't watch them at all, unfortunately. Farm raised wood elf, less gamey. These were the 2 dire wolves. I kind of got caught out a little too, unfortunately, and put down pretty quickly. But the dire pack did get some good charges in onto some way watchers, onto some other units, and got a nice 42 kills. We got the Blood Knights, though, raging through things. Barracks Reavers. They had a really good opportunity to really do a lot of damage, but I think that they just got cut out very, very well with Loxton kind of pulling them apart and then focusing them down with Wild Riders. 1 unit of Eternal Guard, and then the Way Watchers. But overall, an amazing first game here. Alright, so let's go ahead and fix this. We'll transition back to my face so you can see what a ball person looks like in the flesh. Alright. So that is the winner of this game will determine if Heat 2 ends or keeps going. If Loxton Soothsayer pulls this one off, then he will go undefeated into the finals. If not, Reginald and Loxton will be squaring off in a 1-to-1 for a winner-take-all into the finals here. Reginald had a great build last time, and he did a really good job of staying in it to the bitter end. He did a really good play by focusing his dire wolves dire packer. No, dire wolves. They're dire wolves, and his bats onto the Way Watcher the second he got focused down. The second he got focused down, rather than just taking all that Manfred shot directly to the face, it saved him, and that was really, really, really good. Manfred was at half health by the end of that kind of big Parravon in the early game, so Reginald did a really good kind of reactive play there. At the same time, Loxton did a really good job of kind of moving around the battlefield with his Way Watchers in a way to really kind of draw in certain charges and attacks and isolating big value targets like Barracks Reavers, the Blood Knights, and so on and so forth. Oh, I don't think you guys actually saw it. Okay, so at in their HQ in the Creative Assembly, they have a Manfred von Karstein suit of armor, and I was wearing it around the office the first day I came there, and I was like, but yeah, I definitely was wearing that the Manny armor around. It's not as comfortable as it looks like. That shirt a schmedium? An extra schmedium? Dude, Colin, I like what you're getting at. No, this is a large. This is a large from Target, no less. Dude, Turn is such an instigator. He was like, you have to wear that. I'm like, all right, fine. If there's one person who can peer pressure me, it's Nick. No one else in the world can. I'm pretty immune to that shit. Only Target would call that shirt red. It's like a heathered pink, a salmon. Colin, I've been eating so much food because one of my biggest problems is, okay, so I used to weigh 300 pounds, right? And as a result, I kind of have like low-key body dysmorphia just because it's like, okay, you were 300, now you're not, and you look at yourself in the mirror and go, yep, I'm gonna get fat tomorrow. Totally gonna be fat again. So. Because I kind of get like a little freaked out when I have to eat more because I weightlift all the time. I compete in Olympic weightlifting. So, deflects laser shots. I am playing Simplistic Irony. Or I'm not playing, they are playing. They're picking their armies right now. As you can see, when I do that, you can see them choosing. But I figure this is a better time to have my face on. Fire versus Dark Elves. Sorry. Oh, sorry. But yeah, after I lost all the weight, it's hard for me to kind of reason with myself that yes, I now have to consume more because I burn more. And now I've been eating so much more than I even usually do. And I've been getting like, I gained like 10 pounds. Not in a bad way. How many points are the armies that they use? 16.5? Is that the standard? I can't remember off the top of my head. 1400? 14.5, isn't it? 14.5? 12.4. Thanks, Wicked. Alright, so it looks like we're going to see Reginald Puggington onto the Empire, and Loxton Soothsayer will be playing... Loxton Soothsayer will be playing the Vampire Counts. You're cultivating mass. I'm going full Mac on this. Cultivating some serious mass. Cultivating mass. Alright, while they're picking, I think it's Bailey time. And it's Bailey. Oh. He's so happy. He's so sleepy too. So again, guys, sorry for no green screen. We didn't put the green screen up today because Bailey's in the room. It's raining out, so I didn't want her to get all wet. It's the puppy cultivating masts. Alright, guys. While they're choosing their armies, I'm going to do a couple shots of Bailey's here. Jesus Christ, Major. Well, I'm not that much of a pirate. More of a swashbuckler. Rub the nipples at me or we're not friends anymore. You didn't even need to donate for that, Ian. I just did it because we're friends. Pirates drink Baileys? Yeah, from a shoe. What the fuck, Professor Pipes? Ask me a question like that? Who the hell does shots of Baileys? Pirates. Terrible waste of Baileys. What an Irishman to say that a waste of Baileys is taking a shot of it. That's a terrible waste of a Baileys. Rum all around. Rum all around. Yo, so, Professor Pipes, I have a theory on rum. The lower the ranking officer, the better the rum. And if it's not even on the boat, it's the best rum. So, take for example, Black Kraken rum is the best. It's the best rum, Bailey. Sailor Jerry, also very good. Captain Morgan, it's kind of rough. Admiral Nelson comes in a plastic bottle, and it's fucking shit. So actually... You are a dirty puppy. Washed. You know how dogs get that kind of like greasy funk about them? Time to get them washed. Time to get her washed. Misha, you know what I'm fucking talking about. Alright. I remember buying Admiral Nelson for the first time. What? Oh, shit. Imagine if I stood up and I wasn't wearing pants. Jesus Christ, he fucking streams naked. What a fucking man. Oh, guys, it's Professor Pone here. He's mad because he can't snipe me. Dude, I have some serious leg, God of Gobos. I have huge legs. Like, my ass is a fucking problem. Have you ever considered doing a Dawn of War live stream with Indie Pride? Disciple, I actually just re-downloaded Dawn of War 2 so we could play. They're just setting up their armies real quick and we'll get going over here. Do you know that feeling when you are scared to eat a chocolate bar because Slanesh might get you by the balls? Hashtag too much pleasure. Hashtag too immersed. No. When I get scared, man, I run. Like, my instinct is just to, like, flee. Like, it's like a fight or flight, like, oh, I'm a bitch, I'm getting out of here. I'm like, hey, I've seen zombie invasion movies. The guy who's running the fastest is gonna fucking, or I guess, like, the most endurance is gonna win out. I'm not gonna fucking stay around for that shit. Alright, so let's take a look at our armies here. So we have Loxton Soothsayer on the vampire counts, and we have Reggie on Empire. So let's take a look at the vampire counts here. A nice wide line of a lot of skeletons this time around. Looks like there's no Grave Guard at all, with a unit of Black Knights with lances on the far right, and 2 units of, or another unit of Black Knights with lances on the far left. Now, the lance variant is more of your shock cav variant. It is meant to charge and cycle charge and cycle charge. It has a 62 charge bonus, which is pretty beefy. Now, in addition here, we have those Blood Knights. This is going to be your biggest access to anti-large and AP. Well, I guess AP in quotes there. There's no real AP on these guys as far as 13. So that's a lot more than I guess I thought there was. But we have a nice flank of Skeleton Spearmen on both sides here, try and mitigate as much of the cav play that we're probably going to be seeing from the Empire. Now we have another far back unit of Blood Knights here from Tlaxtlan, and we also have Manfred, or a Neckarch Vampire Lord, interesting, on the Nightmare. Now the Neckarch has the Dark Protection, which gives him a nice bonus to both his melee defense and to damage resistance. We're going to have Raise Dead, we're going to have Invocation to Heck, we also have Spirit Leech. Nothing else there. Take a look at this. Now, for Reggie's army, unit of Pistoliers, 2 units of Pistoliers here. These guys will do some really quick damage on the front here. Now, the nice thing about them is, oh, can we see their damage arc? Yeah, so it's a 360 damage arc, and it's a pretty big one too, right? With a nice 80 range, they can get a lot of really good damage in here. They're not really meant for combat, obviously. They are their fast cav, the gunpowder fast cav of the Empire, so they can do quite a bit of damage to any kind of Grave Guard, which is what I'm assuming Reggie thinks he's going to be up against. Fool overtook. Now, the biggest thing here for Empire is going to be these lovely Demogryph Knights. These guys are going to just eat up so much of the Blood Knights, or now the Black Knights, that we see across the field here. They have AP, they have anti-large. Now we also see that the Royal Altdorf Gryphites, they do cause terror. That's not going to be too advantageous here, but they do have a better stat line because they are a rank 9 unit. Across the way, we have a nice... For the memes, Reggie has brought a steam tank. And actually not a bad choice, all things considered, because there's not a lot of anti-large in this army. Also, the Hammer of the Witches. Oh, just a regular great cannon. We see Carl Franzia slapping the bag on Beakus up here. Oh, that's not Beakus. That's Bretonia. Sorry, guys. On his Hippogriff. Now, we also see... unit of spearmen. So no swordsmen here. Looks like they're using these spearmen to kind of screen out any kind of cav charges that we're going to be seeing. Let's get this bad boy going. Stank versus tank. I've been streaming in a tank top a long time. All the time. It was fucking hot. My old room was like, there was a window right here and it was so hot. Alright. You can see our 2 armies converging here. Nice, big, long amount of board control from the Vampire counts. Not a lot of board control from the Empire, which is a little bit different. Usually the Empire has a little bit more of a nice geometry on the other side of the board. A lot of onions, a lot of layers. We'll see how this kind of goes. Oh, sorry, Whiskey Jack. Jesus. Oh, look at those shots coming out. Didn't do a ton, of course, but I just love to watch a bunch of gunshots coming out. We've already got the cannons kind of shooting down range of these skeletons. Getting pretty close, getting some harrying shots in here. Loxton Soothsayer just kind of slowly moving down range here as Reggie kind of adapts to what's going on. Pushing those Pistoliers, just focusing down units one at a time. Using those bats from Loxton to kind of probe out these trees, and he's discovered some Royal Gryphites. The Czeremis Knights over there. Oh no. Oh no. Oh god. Oh, that hurt so bad. Our first big charge here. Franzia just going hog wild onto those skeleton warriors. Getting some hard damage into them. Getting a good pick off on him. There's not a lot that's going to be able to threaten Franzia this far back. Everything else is pretty far behind the line for Loxton Soothsayer. So it looks like what he's going to do here is use the Skeleton Warriors to kind of tie things up. See another charge here. Oh, man. One hit in here as well. Again, just getting some free picks off. Why not do some damage while you can? There's nothing to really contest these guys. Steam tank shooting in onto these bats here. Thank you, Dimmy. There's no real good unit for those bats to attack outside of the cannon. The cannon, though, is sitting hot and heavy with a unit of spearmen directly on top of it. Neckarch Vampire Lord coming in here. How did I miss the Chillgeists? The chillest of Geists I completely missed. The nice thing about those Chillgeists here is there is almost no magic damage in this army. Minus... That's just a Jade Wizard. And I don't think we saw the kid of Jade Wizard. Yeah, Jade Wizard just has heals. So there's not really going to... A lot of stuff that's going to do a lot of damage to those Chillgeists, which is actually kind of interesting. These Chillgeists are so sick looking. In tabletop, the Hex Wraiths could move through a unit, and if they did, they would do damage to them. So you could basically move through and attack something from the rear. It was really, really cool. Same thing with the Flamespire Phoenix. It could fly over stuff, and if it flew over them, it would do damage to them. Alright, so we've got Regrowth kicking off here. We've got Stand Your Ground. Galmaraz is kicked off. Bowseeker. All sorts of things. Reichland Runefang. There's a huge all-in over here as we have, what, both units? Or just one unit of Blood Knights? All the Blood Knights, all the Black Knights are all kind of in this one huge pocket against both units of the Demogryph Knights. It's a pretty all-in over here. Chillgeists are kind of moving around. We've got the Neckarch Lord just trying to shut down that Jade Wizard as hard as possible. Probably trying to get these Chillgeists in to help out over on this end. Oh, a good play by Loxton. He has actually moved these Skeleton Spearmen completely around to get onto this steam tank, or maybe even another unit back here. But, oh man! Neckarch Lord just getting completely beat by Karl Franzia. The Neckarch Lord definitely owes the Lord of Altdorf some money, and he's coming to collect. Getting some charges on here with those spearmen into the steam tank. Again, there's no AP on those, so it's kind of a... Oh man, and we can see here that... Oh, where are they? There they are. Unit of Demogryph Hut Knights with halberds was kind of beat back here, but they are now rallying, and you still have some pretty mean Blood Knights that are looking to reap a tally here on these bros. Neckarch Lord got a good little heal on himself, keeping himself alive. They've shut down this cannon, hence, and we still have the Chillgeists that are just kind of roaming around. This is looking pretty good for Loxton. Franzia's, though, is still in great shape. The Life Wizard is still alive, but he's going to get charged. He is in the front of a charge of Blood Knights into the Royal Altdorf Griffites. Chillgeists coming in to assist on this charge here as well, as it looked like. Franzia is coming in, though, as well. We also have some Pistoliers. Neckarch Lord is coming in here. There's another little all-in charge over here. Stand Your Ground and Foeseeker popped out. Look at those Chillgeists. So chill. These Chillgeists just like to hang out, dude. Just like smoke some bod and drink some beers. Loxton Soothsayer took a pretty... Oh, this is going to be a good rear charge. Well, not really a rear charge, but still. Took a pretty unique build here. And he's been able to kind of clean up a lot of what's been going on. I thought originally that the Empire kind of had a little bit better of a chance in this. They got a lot of really good initial charges on them, but the balance of power is now shifting towards the Vampire counts, and we're losing the Jade Wizard here. We do have a charge coming in from these Demogryph Knights with halberds that have kind of rallied on the right side, but you have them kind of getting absorbed in their charge by the Blood Knights, who are then going to be joined in with these Black Knights to kind of help finally silence these Demogryph Knights. Now you have the Chillgeist, you have the... Oh, some Blood Knights is here as well, not the Neckarch Lord anymore. Is now to the right. On Karl Franzia, the Steam King kind of shooting away at them as well. And there it is, an all-in charge right here onto the Lord of Altdorf. Had to take out the Emperor of Man. He's got Galmaraz, Reichland, and Foeseeker popped on him right now, trying to just do whatever he can, but it looked like he's just getting pulled apart by all that anti-large, all those bat wings, all those chill geists. So sick. Really, it's just going to be a matter of taking all those Blood Knights and just surrounding that steam tank. But we should be getting some army losses here pretty soon. That cargo is just getting bucked by the steam tank, dude. Look at that. Coming out of there. Steam tank just going all willy-nilly after him. Everything's just going to converge on the steam tank. And we should probably see Loxton Soothsayer take this one away 2-0. Czeremis won Heat 1 2-0, and Loxton Soothsayer is looking to be winning Heat 2 2-0. So it should be a pretty interesting match against these two. Czeremis and Loxton squaring off in a pretty interesting fight. We make sure that Czeremis is ready. As the steam tank falters to the might of the undead. Great games here from Reginald, Puggington, and Loxton Soothsayer. I mean, Loxton brought two really unique builds, and so did Reginald, though. I mean, Reggie has some pretty fun builds. The Extreme Meme team is known for taking, you know, units or things that are of the people, and this nothing says the people more than steam tanks. Nate Hewitt, I just saw your donation text that said Dale. All right, and there it is. Pulling ahead, we have our win and the end of Heat 2 with Loxton Soothsayer versus Czeremis in the finals here. All right, give me just a second here, guys. We'll run over to that. All right, so we'll get Czeremis in here. We'll fix our bracket real quick. Paste, duplicate. Okay. Richard Pugsley just said, exactly as I expected. Reginald won without even plugging in his mouse. You all have a lot to learn. Find Czeremis to invite him. Oh, cool. Czeremis is here. We'll get our first match. Loxton's going AFK real quick. No doubt to finally poop after work or whatever thing. Let me take a look at our next map for the seeds here. Hey, thanks for subscribing. All right. So let's take a look at our warp tokens here. Again, Aristodemus, Hadries, and Xiphos have all won before. They'll be joining us in our Warp Stone Cup League finals. The 4 of them will be squaring off in a same kind of format as we've been seeing here. 2 best of 3s followed by a best of 5. I might actually do all best of 5s, just because it's only going to be a total of 3 games, or we'll actually have a 3rd place match instead. So I'll decide how we're going to do that. There will be a cash prize for that I'll make. I'll be doing some giveaways during those finals and everything like that. That might be towards the middle of April. It's hard to really say. We'll kind of see what makes the most sense, but we'll get that all figured out. But now taking a look at our bracket here, I'm sorry I'm in the way. I'm sorry. Picture a green screen here. Blame Bailey. Our Heat 1 was Czeremis versus Flying Taco. Flying Taco lost to Czeremis in 2 pretty grueling matches here. They weren't conclusive out the gate at all. 2 really great matches out the gate. And then he pushed on into our finals. Then finally, we just finished Heat 2 with Reginald versus Loxton Soothsayer here. Soothsayer, again, won 2-0 with 2 grueling great matches again played out. Now, this should be pretty fun here. We're doing a best of 5, starting with the Steps of Isha in the Heartlands, followed by, let me take a look, the Tower of Hoeth in our second match, Tor Garad in our third, and if we need to go to a 4th and or a 5th, Ruins of Parravon, and then the Ashenhal. This should be a very, very interesting match here. Czeremis is a great player, and Loxton Soothsayer is one of the Everchosen, or winners of the Everchosen. So we should see a lot of fun. Same rules as always, guys. Oh, there's my bros. Actually, Major Mula, let's be honest here. This is a Skaven-themed kind of tournament, and at the end, I am the winner, because I'm Skaven. Let's just all admit it. Everchosen, you say? Yeah, Loxton was a winner of one of the Everchosens. I think the last one, right? I didn't say sometime in April. You did, Valmir. Everybody, let's make sure you mention Flying Taco in chat below. He's watching now. Make sure you tell him good game. He had a lot of really great games against Czeremis. So give him some respect, give him some love. Also, guys, we got 188 viewers here today. Make sure you're pressing that like button, press a little thumb. I know it's stupid, but it helps us a lot. Billy is the ultimate Skaven, conniving for trust and affection only to backstab you for the views. Is this true, Bailey? Is this true? She's dead asleep. He's completely passed out right now. So they're choosing their armies here. We're just having some fun. Carlos, I can't remember if Aerocrasic won the last one or if that's when Loxton Soothsayer won. I think Loxton maybe won the second one then. I can't remember. Okay, so Loxton is the second ever chosen. Aerocrasic was the last one. And Gallo King was the first one. Sorry, Aerocrasic. Aerocrasic's a fucking asshole. What was the name of Skaven Spartacus? Baldicus. We need to figure out a way to get Vegas involved in these streams for gambling purposes. I could just, like, set up a gambling ring, like, you know, illegally. Scabicus, I like that one. Decloved thumb. Oh my god, Colin, fuck, dude. I have a voicemail? I wonder what that's about. Ah, yes, Cantonese, the language I can't speak. Thanks for subscribing, Bruce. You're canon, bro. Hopefully after 8 Everchosens, we will do it in Vegas and fly everyone out. That'd be so fucking cool. Or like New York or something like that. Colin, do you work in the ER? Question is, what do you call it for the Everchosens that have already been chosen? The ever chosen with a Skaven wearing the crown of kings. Oh, cool. My cousin is a doctor in ER too. I'm not a New York fan. I'm not a New York fan, Crisps. Does someone know many Ever-Chosens were in Warhammer? What was the last Ever-Chosen's name? Guy during the Great War of Chaos. Let me see. Of Chaos. Chosen. I can't remember it. When I knew it, when I see it, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, duh. Yeah, Asavar Cool. That's his name. Asavar Cool was the last Ever-Chosen behind Archaon. Look at you guys. You guys all saying the lore. It makes me so damn happy. So it looks like we're going to be seeing Czeremis on the Warriors of Chaos and Loxton Soothsayer on Empire, looks like. Ass to Mouth Cool was the last Ever-Chosen. Whiskey Jack, he almost did win. He like ravaged through Kislev, and he was put down by a last alliance of men, elf, and dwarfs. Because you had the dwarfs helping, you had a lot of high elves. That's what started the Great War of Chaos. Started the colleges of magic in Altdorf. Teclis came, helped out a whole bunch, and said, "You know what? You guys probably need some magic," and stayed and helped them learn magic. You had dwarfs assisting as well, though. Kislev, you had Empire assisting Kislev. This is where Kislev kind of gets a really. This is where Boris Ursus then comes into rule afterward. Because it's you have Magnus the Pious is the Emperor of the Empire. It's a pretty big thing. Aristodemus, Ever-Chosen is the name of the. So he is chosen by all the ruinous powers, all 4 of them, which is important because they always war against each other, to lead an army, a big incursion from the north into the south at the head of many demon hordes and mortal hordes of chaos. There have been many, many Ever-Chosens, and the person that guides, the demon that guides the Ever-Chosen to all the artifacts that make him the Ever-Chosen and through all the trials is Be'lakor. Be'lakor is a demon of undivided, I guess you could say. And when he's not guiding people, he's doing everything he can to get out of the curse that forces him to guide people. Kolek, yeah, just wandering around the mountains didn't help. Kolek was the size of a fucking mountain. Yes, Whiskey Jack, you are correct. Magnus the Pious was the Empire during the Great War of Chaos. And then after that, there was a huge, huge portion of like peace, relative peace. And Magnus the Pious, I think, was the last emperor before Karl Franz. I can't remember 100%. The Great War of Chaos was not too long ago as far as the grand timeline of things go. I think it was like something like 100 years ago or some shit. Can't remember off the top of my head. Now I'm curious. Okay, was IC 2301 to 2304. I've never really been good with dates. Karl Franz came into... Yeah, so it ended 2304, and Karl Franz's reign started in 2502. The game takes place in like 2510, I think. Okay, so they're all set up. Let's go ahead and take a look at their armies. Start over here. Alright, so our Empire army is on a hill. Heartlands is a very challenging map. So I deliberately chose this map because it really forces you to do a lot of different tactics. And look at the detail on this lake. Don't you want to take a lovely vacation on the Lake of Jagged Edges? Come now, spend a night in a lovely holiday inn by the Lake of Jagged Edges. Now, coming back over here to the army, you can see a front line of great swords here. Now, that's actually a pretty good call here against Chaos. You want a lot of AP, and these guys are really going to bring in a lot of that damage here, right? 32 weapon strength, going to dish out a lot of anti-infantry and AP against a lot of the Chaos Warrior front line. In addition to that, we're going to see 2 units of handgunners, one of them being the Silver Bullets with their AP and magic damage. In addition to that, we're going to see Hammer, which is just a normal great cannon. Some halberdiers on the left and right flanks, it looks like. The Sigmar Sons, which are unbreakable, which is a really great trait for any kind of Empire unit. A Jade Wizard in the back there. Some more Spearmen. a unit of Empire Knights hidden in the very, very back, and then Franzia on his lovely feathered dragon. Now, for Czeremis' army, we have a lot of Marauder Horsemen, or your only range unit outside of the Deadly Cannon for the Warriors of Chaos. Looks like we're going to see Sarthoriel himself, the Bucket Master. KFC is coming to town. What has he taken? Final Transmutation and Searing Doom, but of course. And in addition to that, we're also going to be seeing across the way some Dragon Ogres and a Dragon Ogre Shaggoth. Oh god, I fucking love that he's just covered in lightning. Because the art in the book is him holding his hammer or axe, depending, up in the air and just getting struck by lightning. It's so fucking cool. Yeah, chat kind of bugged out there for a second, guys, but it looks like we're back. Taking a look here at the rest of the army. Chaos Marauders, Mirror Guard here, which are the Regiment Now version of the Chaos Warriors. Nothing too special about these guys, just a better stat line. I do have some Silver Shields, which is kind of nice there. But at least normal Chaos Warriors have Silver Shields as well. Now, taking a look here, just a lot of Chaos Marauders, 2 units of Chaos Warriors here. So a little bit of a chaff front line to kind of absorb some damage. We have some Chaos Warhounds, and then 2 more units of Chaos Marauder Horsemen. Whiskey Jack, what do you think the Bretonnia update will be? It's probably a rework of the Confederation tech and the Peasant mechanic. But I hope there's a new Lord too. I don't think there'll be a new Lord, but we'll probably see. Like I said, I really want them to do something about the quests. Like, when you're playing Bretonnia, it should feel like playing Haven in Might and Magic, or Heroes of Might and Magic. Like, just a lot of quests, going out, like, doing the good, you know, like that kind of stuff. Dude, Colin G, Popeyes, way better than KFC. Totally fucking agree. As we can see here, the armies are starting to move against each other. Look at this lovely architecture in the background. High Elf architecture in the left. Now, we can see how Loxton is kind of shifting to the left here to kind of get a better angle on things. We do have some, the Skirmisher Cav and the Hounds moving over as well. I don't think Loxton has seen them, so this might go pretty well for him. Valnir, they are not just simply faster. Let's take a look. They should have also better leadership. Yeah, they have 10 better leadership. They have 10 better speed. And they have a slightly better melee attack and defense. Alright, just getting some army shifting here. Getting a little bit more central into the map. This is going to have to force the Chaos to kind of move around the Lake of Jagged Edges here. You're right. The Mirror Guard do have immune to psychology. Also forget about that. I always forget about that, actually. Franzia just kind of looking out at things. I think that Loxton was going to do a bit of an alpha strike here onto the Bucket Master, but I think that it just overall wasn't going to pan out for him, so he decided not to. But he's just kind of probing the line, seeing for any kind of vanguard movement, any kind of stuff that is hidden in trees over here. Czeremis just kind of biding his time, getting into good position here. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, Whiskey Jack, I totally think errantry quests should be included. The errantry wars were a huge part of the Bretonnian history. I'm going to be doing a video on the Bretonnian history pretty soon here. That's going to be my next fantasy lore video. He's already got a little bit of damage on him, not too much. The bird fight indeed, Zero. Alright, looks like they've just uncovered some hidden forces here. Oh, I thought that was them. Shit. Oh, it was the Empire Knights. Loxton kind of responding in kind, having to move things around. He's unfortunately having to throw his great swords against these Marauder Horsemen. Czeremis almost got a pretty good pick out on those Sirlin's Revenge. Oh, Sirlin's Revenge? I thought they were the Silver Bullets. Getting some really good shots downrange on these Marauder Horsemen, just kind of neutralizing them as best as possible. I mean, Loxton is in a really good position here. He's trying to use this hill to his best advantage, keeping that cannon on top of it. Czeremis is just kind of slowly creeping around the side, looking to see what kind of a good charge he can get. Halberdiers are kind of getting some shots in from the Marauder Horsemen as well. Yeah, I definitely got to do more of the History of Imperium. I'm going to do more of that probably this weekend or week. Franz kind of probing out there. No, those are silver bullets. Nice little strike down onto these Marauder Horsemen, just trying to shut down any kind of range play that they can. Any kind of quick picks. They're terrified. Yep, terrified, and they're running away. They should be coming back here pretty soon. But you can see that Empire Knights and Spearmen are kind of moving up to kind of screen away. Czeremis is just kind of slowly going for a little bit of a surround here. He's got Marauder Horsemen over here. He's just very patient with these Warhounds. Got these Horsemen down over here as well. He's just pushing his units into place. This is a really great play here. He's not jumping to conclusions, not throwing away 1 or 2 or 3 of these units on maybe some bullshit picks here and there. He's really getting a good wrap up on this. Empire Knights coming right here, right down into these Marauder Horsemen. Do a little bit of a cycle charge into them. Pushing back. Now here it is. Here's that bread and butter. Pushing these great swords into the Mirror Guard. A good charge there to be had. All down the line. Very thematic fight here, right? We just talked about the Great War of Chaos. Franzia getting some slapping of the bag in. Chaos Warhounds coming in. We should start seeing those Marauders coming up in the back pipe, and there they are right there. We're going to get some shots probably onto this Great Cannon. They got some hits into the Sigmar Suns here. But we do see that these units of Chaos Warriors are pretty uncontested as they make a direct shot for those silver bullets, it looks like. Oh, Halberdiers getting in there. Nice screen out by Loxton Soothsayer here. Marauders coming in as well, trying to threaten the Great Cannon. A lot of really great charges from both these guys. Getting a lot of good overlap in here. I missed this Warrior Priest. How do I keep missing these little guys here and there? They're not lackluster in tabletop. And the big charge in from these the Dragon Ogres. How did I miss the weird spawn? Jesus. I could not even look at the game. Shaggoth getting right into the back there, going for Spearmen, which are not going to do as well against Shaggoths or Dragon Ogres here. The Halberdiers are already kind of wrapped up over there, but it looks like they're going to be freed up pretty soon here. Sarthoriel is in the thick of things in the very back. It looks like we probably missed Final Transmutation, and it looks like Franzia is looking for a new target, but the Shaggoths and the Dragon Ogres have really done a number over on this leftmost flank. The Marauders are pushing in. You've got those Marauder Horsemen coming up in here as well. Weird Spawn just kind of pushing into this center buckle. We've got Shield of Faith and Hammer of Sigmar kicked off from that Warrior Priest. Sarthoriel does not like that, though. I mean, he is sick of it. He wants that original recipe, and he wants it now. Go to hell with your 6 fucking spices. He's going to go to smack that ass with the Staff of Doom. Karl Franz is looking for a good opportunistic target. He's gone with the Shaggoth. Now, the Shaggoth is anti-large and AP, so it's a bit of a riskier charge. But the Shaggoth is getting focused down by both of these Black Powder units, so there's going to be a lot of additional damage pouring into that Shaggy. You can see the Great Cannon is looking to get a better vantage point, probably pushing over to here, but it is going to start getting in the way of those Chaos Marauders over there. The Life Jade Wizard is still in the fight here, so there's a lot of healing that can be coming out of this unit. Looks like we're going to get an Earthblood casted onto the Sterling's Revenge here. Sarthoriel going right for the Sterling's Revenge as well, trying to take them down as fast as possible before that Earthblood does a lot, but that does push him out in a pretty bad place. Karl Franz is there to kind of just smack things around with his mallet. Weird Spawn kind of slowly getting picked apart here. Dragon Ogre's pushing around, Shaggoth moving around as well here. So the hill, which was initially a huge boon to Tlaxtlan, has now acted against him. Line of sight is now blocking his units from shooting down and supporting the rest of his army. Oh! A brutal cannonball hits Sarthoriel in the beak, knocking him over. Big Bird is pissed, and Count Dracula is looking to do some counting, or Count Chocula, whatever the fuck his name was. Sarthoriel and the Dragon Ogres and the Shaggoth all just dropping some heavy metal thunder here. 80s hair metal bands all over the place. Cannons shooting like buck wild. They're going to get a bit of a rear charge in from these Marauders. The Jade Wizard is just getting slapped about by that Shaggoth. Warrior Priest is coming in here as well. And the balance of power is actually pretty much in the Empire's favor right now. It doesn't really look like that from what we see on the board, but if one of these units, Shaggoth is not in a good place, getting focused down by Karl Franz, the cannon is still firing. Shaggoth is out of the fight for the most part, and it's looking like this is going to be an Empire game, if only just barely. Like, there was one big critical moment where it was very much going well for the Chaos when they were kind of ramping up the hill over here and about to like wrap around, but it looks like things are starting to push pretty heavily in the favor of the Empire as it kind of get a hold of things a little bit more. The Empire Knights kind of come back from chasing things off the table, and it is a win for Loxton Soothsayer. Woo! That was pretty spicy. At first I thought that hill was actually going to play against Loxton a lot, and he was going to start losing a lot of units from the Shaggoth, Ogre, Sarthoriel, just kind of doom punch that was going on. But he pulled it back very well and was able to really kind of take out that Shaggoth. And I think by taking out that Shaggoth, it allowed for such a huge amount of balance of power to shift in his favor that a lot of things just kind of went his way after that and snowballed. But great game, great first game of our finals here. Whew. It's spicy. Take a look at our next map, which is going to be the Tower of Hoeth. Go ahead and switch that for them so they can get the proper... There we go. All right, so let's go ahead and change that score now. Well, let's go let's change it back to my face. Right, so game one. Loxton there. Loxton so far is undefeated. This is Czeremis' first loss. Two undefeated contestants meeting in the finals to jump each other's bones, which also means to have sex, and I don't think I meant to use that metaphor. Whew. So next map is going to be Tower of Hoeth. They are choosing their armies right now. And we are crushing it right now, guys. We're 2 hours in, got about 200 people watching. All right, let's get a report. Whiskey Jack, are you here? Misha, or anyone, Crisps, what is our likes to views ratio? I need a number. I think Loxton, I think we're going to see, I'm looking at their armies right now here. I'm not cheating. See, I'm looking at their armies right now. I think Loxton is going to be playing the Dark Elves. He's wanted to play them earlier today, so I think that we're going to see some Dark Elf play here pretty soon. 107 likes, guys, 51%. We need to see more of those thumbs. Guys, press that fucking like button. If we get up to 110 likes, I'll bring Bailey back on camera. Did you ever put your foot in a glory hole? Yeah. Why not? But if you don't like getting your toes sucked in a glory hole, what's the point? Some on the electric counts. Oh, 127. All right, I'll allow it. I'll allow it. Give us a Bailey. She is passed the fuck out right now. Hey, babe, come here. Here, sweetie. Oh, look. Oh, you look at you big stretches. Here's just your big stretches from what pop up. Do you want a treat, Bailey, Bailey? Nico Nee, what's up, dude? Do you want a treat, you good ass fucking dog? Sit. Sit. Good girl. Down. Good girl. Up. Even better, girl. Yeah, I can't do this one though. Wait. 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 Hey. Wait. Wait. Oh, wait. 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 She doesn't like it. She's like, no, no, no. No, no, no. I'm fucking eating that. I'm gonna eat that. Is Bailey my dog? No, Bailey is my roommate's dog. Eat the dog biscuit. I would never... If you guys donated $300 right now, I still wouldn't eat that fucking biscuit. A man has to have self-respect. Man's gonna have self. You're so cute. Look at a little velvety nose. She's half golden retriever, half Irish setter or something. That's why she's got this big, like divot in her head, like crest. Yeah, I said $300, and Biscuit Jack's like, fine, I'll raise you $10. Like, no, no, the People's Champ shan't eat a dog biscuit on fucking stream. Now it's gonna go on like Total War Reddit like that. Dacklemore, pretty cowardly not to eat that nutritious dog biscuit. No, Dimmy, it's raining. I don't want her to be outside. I'm a huge puppy fan. I'm a huge puppy fan. Where were we in the schedule? So with this is game 2 of the finals. Loxton Soothsayer is up 1 against Czeremis. 10987476543 wow 1. Oh, 10987. Oh. Oh. No, big BJ fan. They say that they don't want a dog. My dad didn't want a dog. He's like, I'm not gonna fucking dog. Kids aren't gonna fucking take care of it. And then he was the one who played with the dog the most. All the time. They're just still choosing their armies. It looks like we're going to see Loxton Soothsayer on Dark Elves and Czeremis on the Skaven. Looks like Czeremis is trying to get a win back here so he can come up 1-1. Get on that chair. Don't you get on that chair. I don't really care about my hands. It's just that like I want to touch my keyboard and mouse after Bailey's definitely smelly right now. We've been having a lot of rain, so there's a lot of shit up in the air. Oh. Dude, Turin's dog, fucking Wookiee is really cute in person though. He just like
Yes, make those bets precious. Let's see who wins it. Let's start a poll. Who will?
I've only begun.
Hey, Colin, thank you very much, brother. All right. The poll is up. In order to vote, you're going to want to type !vote space 0 for Czeremis or 1 for Soothsayer. You like that, God of Gobos? Eat the biscuit. I'm not going to eat the biscuit, Colin. The fuck, man. Arrow Krasik, you have to type in !vote and then space 0. Who is who? What do you mean who is who? That's the score. 1-0. If they draw, I have to eat the biscuit. Nova, I don't want that. I don't even. It's impossible. I'm not gonna allow it. Just voting for who's gonna win. This is best of 5, Whiskey J. Vote 3. Elm with the edge vote. I'm not gonna eat the fucking biscuit, Logan. You eat the biscuit. Yeah, like I'll start a chatterbait where I just eat biscuits, dog biscuits on it. I vote for Bailey. Carlos, you would.
I'm all out of water, and it's like stressful for me right now.
Nick has like a or Turn has like a water dispenser, like on the other side of his door from where he plays. So he can just like, oh guys, we're back gonna get some water. I have to go downstairs. That's too fucking far right now. These finals are fucking pumped. You don't get $10 for eating delicious. All right, we are readied up. We are going into the match. We're getting everything loaded in, and people are going to start setting up their action here. Let's just jump back to me while that loads in. I don't want you guys to wait. Bowl of dog food with milk and milk like it's cereal. Oh, down. I have bad enough time sleeping as it is. I don't know if dog biscuits would help me out. Here. Oh, look at this. Look at this. I didn't know this thing twinkles. Watch, 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 watch. It'll do it. It'll do it. I'm not crazy. It's gonna do it, guys. Ah, it twinkles. It twinkles. All right, both armies are setting up here. Czeremis is again on Skaven, and we know he is quite the Skaven player versus Loxton Soothsayer on the Dark Elves. And Dark Elves are definitely an army he's great at, so it should be quite an interesting matchup here. Czeremis is trying to kind of stay in this, not fall 2-0 behind Loxton here. And looks like Loxton is looking to pull ahead pretty hard with the Dark Elf choice. So it should be pretty interesting. All right, they're pretty set up right now. So let's go through the Skaven first. So initially, we just have a big Vanguard play here, right? Night Runners, Gutter Runners, Night Runners, Gutter Runners, Night Runners, Night Runners, and Gutter Runners. Okay, so it looks like we're going to get a lot of that initial play right off the bat here. We're going to have reinforcements of Rat Ogres behind them with some Skaven Slaves with Spears. More Rat Ogres protected the Warlock, wherever it went. The Warlock. Some Skaven Slave Spears, some more Doom Wheels, and more Skaven Slave Spears. So quite an interesting army here. And then in the forest, we have got more Rat Ogres, Spears, the Bell, another Doom Wheel. I love how you can hear this thing. Fucking so cool. And then the Warlock Engineer. Warlock Engineer took Howling Warp Gill as to be expected. Howling Warp Gill is going to be really good for trying to lock down Malekith or Marathi. Also Warp Lightning. He has got the Warpstone armor, which allows him to do damage to things. The kind of Mortis Engine effect, which he jumps into combat, and a Musk of Fear, which is his part of his lore. In addition to that, we're going to see that Great Seer with Plague. It's probably going to have Vermintide, Pestilent Breath, and Unholy Clamor. Again, that's part of the actual mount itself. Then Scorch, part of the mount itself, is bound into the actual mount. All right, so this should be pretty interesting. Well, I love that fucking thing. Now, taking a look over here at our Dark Elves, a nice wide line, right? Bleak Swords, Dread Spears intermixed. You've got a unit of these Black Orc Corsair handbows. You've also got a unit of the Cold One Knights. These will be really strong against the Rat Ogres because they do AP and they do anti-large. You've got Supreme Sorceress of Beasts here. So we're looking to get some Manticore summons, it looks like. Yep, focusing on those Manticore summons. We have the Chill of Sontar, my brothers. Just heading on down to In-N-Out. Going to pick up some burgers with the Chill of Sontar. Then after that, we have got, again, more of a wide line here. We have a Lore of Fire Sorceress looking to spam some fireballs downrange. In addition to that, we're going to have some more Black Arc Corsairs with handbows. Only 2 units of them in total. And then a nice unit of Black Riders with repeater crossbows. And these things are really going to kind of look to act defensively, it looks like, rather than offensively like they usually do. We should be seeing some pretty deadly action coming out from that. I keep wanting to call this a Lore of Fire Wizard, but it's not. So the Sorceress of Fire, looking to stack those fireballs. As you guys know here, take a look at the lore here. That has a stacking 22% weakness to fire damage. That's how Kindle Flame works. So basically you cast this and you kind of get that stacking over and over and over again to hopefully do some additional damage with your fireball. It does wear off quickly at 15 seconds, so you do have to kind of worry about that. And you're going to have some nice big beasts coming out from the Manticore summons to really threaten and terrify the Skaven front line. First shot of fireball, right here into these Night Runners. The Night Runners are the melee combatants of the Night Runner and Gutter Runner counterpart. I mean, well, they are more melee-centric at least. They do, of course, have range damage, but they do quite a bit of melee damage as well. Dylan Pulsifer, what's up, man? Hey, thanks for subscribing. Another immigrant. So again, we're taking a look at this fight here. Czeremis just kind of playing it slow again, getting good wraps around, getting good better placement around here. You have Loxton kind of shoring things up, getting a little bit more of a tighter defensive line. I did miss this other unit of Cold One Knights. Chill of Sontar getting a little more damage on these Night Runners. You can tell that the Night Runners are something that Loxton Soothsayer wants to get rid of as fast as possible. He's focused both the Chill of Sontar on them and some fireballs. Getting some better defensive geometry around here. Looking to weather the storm. There are going to be quite a lot of ranged shots coming out from these runners of all shapes and sizes. Hopefully he can mitigate that as best he can with the Dread Spears and the Bleak Swords. They do have silver shields, which is nice. Dylan, what's the dream job, dream company, dream country? United States? You have to bring your own tea to dump over a boat if you come here. Oof. First volley into these Bleak Swords here. That rightmost flank looking to do some damage here. Yeah, just making a nice defensive formation. Using these Dark Riders to just pick off some damage into here. Bleak Swords getting pulled away from the main army. Not too good here. They're taking quite a bit of damage. Big charge in from these Rat Ogres right into this unit here. Smacking some Bleak Swords around. Bleak Swords getting picked up hard as well. I believe we saw, I must have missed this fireball, but a fireball caught the Warlock Engineer in the face. Luke Morris, what's up, dude? More of these little runners are starting to push around behind the Dark Elf army now. Dark Elves are so sick looking. I miss Warhammer Fantasy so much, guys. I was playing it so much in 8th edition, so it was kind of a bummer to watch it go. Remember, this is one of Czeremis' like most potent armies, so oop, got another fireball coming out at that warlock here. Just misses. Good juke by Czeremis there. Dark Elf Army is doing a really good job of staying tight, staying together. They're not getting pulled apart, getting pulled into little engagements like they had with those bleak swords that actually got them beat up pretty badly. They are doing a good job, though. The runners are running out of ammunition on the front end of things, but you can see the back end has still got quite a bit. Czeremis is lining up for a pretty brutal charge. You can see these 2 units of Rat Ogres. He's got this Doom Wheels being supported as well, so there's a lot of action that's going to be going on here pretty soon, it looks like. Oh no. Oh, okay. We're coming back. We're back. We're back. Whew. That was scary. We got a slow-mo charge in there in the meantime. Got some cold ones into the back of those Rat Ogres. A great counter charge by Tlaxtlan here, trying to shut down some of those big scary units. You do have this Warlock Engineer coming in. Warp Lightning can do quite a bit of damage, and this is a chance to get it close. It's going to be using its aura to do damage to everything up close and personal right now. You can see everything's kind of getting chipped away. You can see it's just getting hit right now. You have those Rat Ogres pushing over here, and they're using those Cold One Knights and a summon on a Mana Core. A good counter charge on that from Loxton. Ooh. Doomwheel shooting off into the Supreme Sorceress here. Supreme Sorceress is pretty weak as far as like taking amount of direct amount of damage, so it's got to be pretty careful. Doomwheel pushing over to the side here. Doomwheel is going to be able to ravage through a lot of these units. These are unbraced spearmen now, just kind of like rampaging through things every so often. The Hellebrown Eye are looking to do some serious damage as well, brother. Chill Sontar looking to just team up and go some just gnarly surfing, brother. Rightmost flank looks like it's getting pretty pushed apart here. The Bleak Swords have lost this fight. The Warlock Engineer is in great health, but you can see these Cold One Knights are going to be able to really do some damage onto the Gracier if they decide to get in this direction. You do have that Mana Core as well. Oh man, Doomwheel popping shots off of that Sorceress. Kind of a hectic fight, so we're going to try and get a little bit better surveillance of the battlefield. Looking to eat up that Doomwheel over there with this unit of Cold One Knights and these Dread Spears here. That's going to be a good shutdown if they can capitalize on it. But this Sorceress is in bad shape. She's getting focused pretty hard. Got out of this position here. Got a lot of fire going into that Gracier as well. Hopefully get a nice fireball shooting off behind her. But I think they're looking to save up some Winds of Magic for another Manticore summon is what it looks like. Ooh, man. Pestilent Breath just shot off here. Did a ton of damage to those Dread Spears. And but they were still able to knock out that Doomwheel, completely destroying it. Or shattering it at least. Dread Spears against Skaven Slaves. Those Skaven Slaves are going to do very well against them. Oh, I'm sorry, the Dread Spears will do very well against the Skaven Slaves. Now you're getting that Chill of Sontar in here. Now Chill of Sontar, bear in mind, is AP. It is meant more for using its breath attack to just kind of rip through units, but it's still going to do quite well against the Doom Bell here. I'm sorry, the Bell, just the Bell. My brain's crap right now. The Rat Ogres did get sandwiched pretty hard earlier. And we can see that they've fled back there. You've got a unit over there kind of recovering. Ooh. I'm sorry. The Warlock Engineer dropping a hell of a bomb on the Dread Spears. Little Scorch action going off here into those crossbows with Hambos. Or Blackrock Corsairs with Hambos. Screaming Bell. Thank you, Salem. When it gets to be this level of like talking about things quickly, the names will more often than not jump out of my brain. Got another Mana Core dumping in here right onto that Screaming Bell. Martines or Romark, that's the real question. And another summon up as well, trying to get whatever he can, but it looks like the Skaven are just in a hard place. Really fast army losses kicking in here. There's a lot of compromising units going on. That was a really slow played game. By trying to get a lot of movements in. It was a really great strategic game of chess in that initial portion. Then just a fucking cockfight so fast. I mean, those gutter runners were doing a really good job of probing the line, doing a lot of damage into those dread spears, into those bleak swords. But at the end of the day, the charges in from the rat ogres and the doom wheel weren't able to capitalize because Loxton Soothsayer did a really good job of countercharging, summoning up mana cores, using his cold one knights, getting his spearmen in place, jumping on the Chill of Sontar with spearmen and the dread knights on those doom wheels. Czeremis did a great job though of just getting stuff placed properly. It was a very stressful initial portion there. There was a lot of just skirmisher engagement, shot off across the bow there. So very, very great second match there. Loxton Soothsayer does pull ahead 2-0 in the finals though. So let's jump back here. I'll fix the score. Where's the right score? I thought those doom wheels were really going to do a lot more damage because they were able to really kind of get into the line without anything braced. Okay, next is Garad. No one expects the Hydra with hats. Is that you, Martins, or is that you, Romark? So that's always the kind of risky thing about when you're playing Skaven. Loxton Soothsayer went with a really wide army to try and counter what was probably going to be a wide army with Czeremis. Czeremis doesn't typically use a whole ton of storm vermin, a whole ton of them. But if he had gone with the storm vermin artillery build, Loxton would have been in a lot of trouble. He would have had to march downrange to a lot of Plague Claw catapult fire, or even worse, Warp Lightning Cannon fire, knocking out his heavier units. So it was kind of a risky play by Soothsayer, hoping that he got more of a light infantry skirmisher army in Czeremis like he did that time. Oh, Romark, you son of a bitch. No, I don't work out on Wednesdays, bro. I think Kyle will be there though. I just want to see my pretty face. I want to see my head vein pop as I lift weights. Oh, guys, if you haven't, do this. If you haven't, guys, head on over to youtube.com, Martin Delicious. If you like strongman, if you like big competitive weightlifting stuff, head on over to my friend's YouTube page, Martin's Lichis, or Lisis. He's the 4th strongest man in the world, and he just won 2nd place in the Arnold a week back. So you can go there. He's a really funny guy. He plays Overwatch. He's a really big nerd. So you can head on over to his channel. It's really funny. It's a really, really funny channel. So if you like strongman and you like competitive strongman especially, head over to his channel, get an idea of how he kind of ramps up for his competitions and the level of fuckery that we get in our gym. You'll see me in a lot of his videos, about 3 or 4 of them. But he's growing huge. He just started not too long ago. When you're gonna do a Grey Knight lore video, Travis, I'm not sure. I have quite a lot planned with the Dark Imperium, or with the Imperium history, Britonia history, another Primarch video, another End Times video. But I'll definitely get around to it, dude. Don't worry, Colin. He reps most people's squat max. I've seen him lift so much weight, it's disgusting. When's the next Darkest Dungeon stream? Probably on Friday. I do want to stream Vermintide because I haven't done that, so I might actually do that tonight. If you don't follow me on Twitch, here's a link to my Twitch. So go ahead and follow me on Twitch, and that's where I will stream Darkest Dungeon, I'll stream Apex Legends, I'll stream what's the other fucking game that we play? Vermintide. Yeah, they extended the drunk event until the 25th. Martins or Romark, I would love to collab. We should do a collab where we'll play Overwatch together, or Destiny or something. It's the first battle royale that I enjoy, that's for sure. Big fan. I find that like Apex is one of those games that That's the problem with those games, right? Like, if you turn it into a loot simulator where you're going around looting everything, you're not going to have a good time. You really have to get into, like, fights as fast as possible, or else you're just not Frosty and get killed by the first person you see. If I get more likes than I have viewers, will you eat the dog biscuit then? No! I won't eat the fucking dog biscuit. God, imagine us playing Uno. The moment when you know you can't watch the Vermintide stream due to it being shit in the morning for when you live. You have to get up in the morning. Why would it be that? Alright, so it looks like we're going to see Loxton Soothsayer on Skaven this time and Czeremis on Bretonnia. Can we use a reverse card to make you eat the dog biscuit? What the fuck, man? Not getting the fucking dog biscuit. I feel like I'm playing with Turn right now. Turn would be like, eat the fucking dog biscuit, dude. People will love it. Eat the fucking biscuit. Like, no! If I were to play Vermintide, it'd be like in 10 hours, 8 hours. So this is for the marbles right now. If Loxton wins this one, he wins the tournament. If Czeremis were to win, it's going to pull ahead to a 2-1. Remember, this is a best of 5, and this is for our last Warp Stone token. The winner of this will then go into the finals match, which will be against... Oh, oopsies. Oh, God. Aristodemos, Hadries, and Xiphos will either then be squaring off lastly against Loxton Soothsayer or Czeremis, depending on who wins this best of 5. Italian donate. Thank you, Core Hall 09. Thank you for being a fucking voice of reason. Fuck the jog. Fuck the fucking chariots. Can I seductively feed you a dog biscuit? Dacklemore, if you came over in a fucking banana hammock, I would stream you feeding me a dog biscuit. Give me that deep biscuit, bro. It's on. I'm in the car. I'm on my way. It's on you, Dacklemore. You're the chosen one. You're the people's champion. Make it to me in a banana hammock. Oh, I'm sorry. You have to fly the entire way here in the banana hammock. You can't take it off from when you put it on, which is before you fly. Whoa, whoa, Whiskey Jack. He's feeding me a dog biscuit. We're not doing dry anal, bro. The dog biscuit is a pathway to many abilities some would consider to be unnatural. Good time to ripen.
What's dog biscuit, Precious? What's dog biscuit?
Usually when I talk in high-pitched voices, Bailey perks up immediately like, you talking to me? Alright, we're ready. Our possible final match of the day. Match 3, Czeremis versus Loxton Soothsayer. That's Bretonnia versus Skaven, respectively. We should see a lot of fun here. Czeremis has a really, really good micro ability, so I'm expecting to see a lot of really amazing cycle charging coming out of him, but a pretty good wide front line. That's going to be the big thing with Bretonnia. We see a lot of really good, strong infantry lines with a lot of good reserves behind them. That's been the best way to play Bretonnia I've seen lately, is having a front line with archers and then a reserve line behind that. Sorry. The Skaven, on the other hand, could do a levy, like I said earlier, a nice Storm Vermin build with some artillery. It really depends on what what our opponents are feeling. And I can tell you guys, from what I see, it's going to be a wide game, as you can see here. Both units have quite a lot. We can see some Plague Claw catapults. We can see a Hellpit Abomination kicking off here. So once they all kind of set up a little bit more, we'll get a better look on everything. We're on the map of Tor Garad. If you haven't noticed, almost everything is High Elves themed for the best of 5 here today. I've got the dog biscuit. Dacklemore, you bring the banana hammock, I'll bring the fucking dog biscuit, dude. Don't you worry about that. Guys, oh, I really can't wait for the Lord of the Rings thing on Amazon. Alright, so it looks like we're set up here. We'll take a look at Loxton Soothsayer's Bretonnia. He's got a nice front line of peasant bowmen. Now, he's intermixed 2 units with fire arrows here. to hopefully do some additional damage to stuff like Helpit Abominations, do some additional... It used to be that this did... Does it still do it? Flaming attacks we can do additional damage against units that are vulnerable to fire. Well, it used to be that the flaming attacks also did leadership damage, but I think that was that's a different Total War that I'm thinking of. I sometimes get them confused. So, never mind. I lied. This is now all spread out. So, Loxton Soothsayer has put the Peasant Bowmen in the front. And remember, Peasant Bowmen have a pretty brutal range of 160. For their cost, 400 some odd points. It's pretty effective archery. Now, on top of that, you do have a unit, you have an army like the Skaven, which is going to field a lot of units. That archer is going to come in really great use here. Now, he has, behind each one of these guys, he has a unit of men-at-arms with just, oh, I'm sorry, these are Battle Pilgrims. Again, we haven't seen these in quite some time here. Now, Battle Pilgrims have Frenzy. They're kind of like your Flagellants with a little bit more armor here. And a slightly better leadership. And, of course, Frenzy is always a lovely thing. Now, Battle Pilgrim here, here, and here behind each one of these archer units. And then Spearmen-at-Arms and Spearmen-at-Arms behind these. Is this Battle Pilgrims over here? Yeah, Battle Pilgrims over. Oh, the Holy Wardens of La Moisental. Awesome Battle Pilgrims. I love these guys. They have a magic weapon in one hand and then a flaming weapon in another hand. The Abbey of La Moisental is where Arkin the Black kills Krell, actually. And not Krell, I'm sorry. Heinrich Kemmler. And takes one of the artifacts to help resurrect Nagash. That's a little end times lore for you. Now, and we also have Leon Leonka on Beakus, which is actually the right call this time. I don't see a caster. Unless he's in the back here. Aha, and Czeremis, I'm sorry, this is not... I said this was Loxton Soothsayer at Czeremis. The defenders of the Fleur-de-Lis, which are knights errant here with anti-infantry and frenzy, making them pretty brutal in combat as well. And then lastly, aha, there we go. We have a Damsel of Heavens, which, ooh, takes some good spells here. First Midnight Wind is going to be really great, but Wind Blast is going to do a shit ton of damage to Skaven. And then lastly, Harmonic Convergence. Taking a look over here at our Skaven bros. Let's see what we've got. A very, very, very dense formation for Loxton Soothsayer here. Holy crap. He's got 2 Plague Claw catapults, just completely surrounded by Stormvermin with halberds on the front or in the back of them. He's got Clanrat spears surrounding the front and left and right sides of them, followed by Skaven spears on the outflanks, some Clanrats in the very front. Holy God. Then 2 Helpit Abominations. Good God, this is disgusting. Hey, Wesley, thanks for subscribing, my brother. More Skaven spears, a Skaven Assassin. We also have Lord Skrulk himself. Let's see what he's taking here. Obviously, Liber Bubonicus and the Rod of Corruption. We also have Vermintide and Pestilent Breath. Again, to be expected. This is a disgusting little army. Do it. All right. Some Toit Skaven against some loose Bretonnians. This should be quite fun. I really dig Loxton's army, but I also really like Czeremis' army. Battle Pilgrims you don't see very much anymore. I like the use of the Regiments of Renown in this. Should be a lot of fun. You're going to look at this from up top again. Lindsay Bowen wants some dick pics. Hard, hard, hard. Maybe even lukewarm dick pics. Oh, I missed that other Warlock Engineer right here. Warlock Engineer probably went the... Yep, he went with his aura ability as well as his Warp Lightning Cannon. Since there's really not a lot of damage that can be shot in the air, Howling Warp Gale is not going to be as beneficial, but it's always nice to... Oh, man, look at that. Just toasting up those Beastmen right out the gate. Beastmen? Jesus Christ, Bowmen. Getting those guys down to half health, running away, scurrying into the deep night. Blade Claw Catapult probably going to now hit into these Spearmen at Arms. Nope, nope. Still going to go right into them. Another Plague Claw over here into these Bowmen. This is not looking good for Czeremis' archers. But really what Czeremis has to do is get a lot of... How did I miss these 2 units of Grail Knights? God damn it, guys. I'm sorry. I keep missing stuff really bad. So Britannia really has to get through these trees and get pressure onto the Skaven as fast as possible. You can see that Czeremis is splitting up his cavalry units and making them kind of flank into a pincer movement around the left and right sides of them. They are going to run up against a shit ton of spears and some help at abominations, but they just have to get into this fight as fast as possible. Start pulling his attention off these plate clock catapults and getting some damage onto the Skaven, because right now they're just deleting the bowmen as they move down the line here. Now the Damsel is going to really come in great use here. Unfortunately, she doesn't have Chain Lightning, but a Wind Blast here is going to do so much damage to these Skaven Spears. Vika's kind of flying over things. Dropping poop and feather all over the place. Grail Guardian's getting into a better position here. Uh-oh. 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 Archer's getting some shots on now with some fire. Where's that Wind Blast coming? I want to see that Wind Blast. Blade Claw Catapult still just shooting down range there. Bringing those Clan Rats back a little bit. Oh, Pestilent Breath right into these Peasant Bowmen here. But is he going to respond with a Wind Blast? Who knows? I'm waiting for it. I'm eagerly... Oh, here's that Wind Blast right into those Storm Vermin, deleting half of them. Great move right there. That's probably one of the harder units to crack open. For the most part, these are Skaven Slave Spears. They're not going to take a really good charge in from any of these cav units, especially the Grail Knights. So that was a really good play with the Wind Blast there. Deleting a really strong unit, does AP and anti-large. Storm Vermin, I'm not Storm Vermin, Jesus. Bowman still just kind of shooting off with the Help Hit Abomination. Using those trees to their advantage. They can absorb some of the shots here from those Plague Claw Catapults. But whew! Other bowmen in place here now, getting some shots onto the Help Hit Abomination. Help Hit Abomination is anti-large and AP though, so it is a pretty good unit to use against any of these cav units. So trees blocking some shots into those bowmen. I'm not sure if that was intentional by Czeremis, but it seems to be working in his advantage. Another Wind Blast kicking off on those Storm Vermin, knocking them down another 25% health, what it looks like at least. My eyes are super dry. I'm slowly dying a slow, painful, allergic death. Still waiting for a big charge in here. He's got this, Damsel of Heavens in a good position, just getting some good free shots on. I mean, he's losing his bowmen, which is unfortunate, but he's getting a good final charge in here. Getting those Balacrums invested into those Clan Rats, getting some shots into them. More across the way over here, as we have finally the two lines meeting. Should be getting some big charges in from these cav units on the side. Vikas is still kind of floating above things, looking to get everything kind of invested in some form of combat before he dedicates those Grail Knights into the bigger shot. Oh, man. Everything is just popping off here. Woo! Rod of Corruption's going across the entire battlefield. You have Beakus and Lowen going balls deep right into the center of the fray here. Those Help Hit Abominations will do quite a bit of a guerrilla pounding, but he's going directly for that Warlock Engineer, trying to crack open that skull as fast as possible. Thanks for the subscribe. I don't want to see who it was. Grail Knights going all over the place, trying to get some good charges in. Got a nice charge in here too from more Battle Pilgrims, trying to just kind of push this initiative here. Czeremis is doing a really good job of just trying to keep things cycle charging, keep them away from a lot of the bigger, scarier units like the Help Hit Abomination. Lowen is in great shape right now. He does have trophy heads on him though, and that assassin can do some serious damage to him, so he's pulling out as fast as possible. You always want to pull out. She says pull out, just pull out as fast as you can. Probably lying to you. Grail Knights is getting hit now with those Plague Claw Catapults. They are using the trees to the best advantage there. Woo. Pulling back to get a better charge in here with another cycle. Got a nice push in here with those Battle Pilgrims and those Grail Knights behind these Clan Rats. A good rear charge. But man, look at these dudes. These Help Hit Abomination, they're just so fucking hot and heavy right now. Oh, look at that. They're just hot on Viagra, looking to just pound things, guerrilla pound things into dust. Loxton Soothsayer is doing a really good job of defending those Plague Claw Catapults. Curse of Midnight Wind, which is really good in this situation. He's reducing the melee attack, especially the things that are really big and scary, like these Help Hit Abominations, which are going to do a lot of damage to his cavalry contingents over here and over here. Balance power is still 50-50 here. I can't see Skrulk, but Lowen is in bad shape. He's under 50% health here. Skrulk's in pretty good shape, though. Assassin is going right for Lowen, trying to keep him on the ground. Czeremis is fighting to stay in this, and Loxton is fighting to just close it out. This is a pretty vicious cock match right now. He does have a nice big stack of spearmen that he's going to be able to push into this big exposed pocket, helping to shut down one of these plate claw catapults, and the other one is slowly moving towards being shut down. It's finally being engaged by some of the infantry, by some of the cav units here. Oh, man. The biggest thing is those Hell Pit Abominations, man. You got to summon up some clan rats that are going to push right into these bowmen. Bowmen are going to really going to face a lot of problems there. Oh man, nice little charges in here. The last little vestiges of these Grail Knights. Let me see here. Misha or Whiskey Jack, either one of you guys around? Oh. I think this is going to be like the hard... go ahead and put Lindsay Bowen in timeout. I know we're in real life. This will be fun for me. Man, those Hell Pit Abominations, I don't think that there's going to be anything that can really take them out. Ooh, a nice charge in onto Skrulk. Loxton Soothsayer is in a little bit of trouble here. Oh, never mind. I was going to say, if you can't pull those Hell Pit Abominations onto him. And also Trophy Heads. Yep, Trophy Heads is in there as well. The Assassin's behind him. Czeremis went from being a really good opportunistic charge to now a very dangerous one. He's trying to put the Damsel of Heavens in there, trying to mitigate some damage here. Oof, this is not looking good. Lowen! Flee! Flee for your lives! One of these Hell Pits, though, is about to pop. God, this is such a vicious cockfight now. Still 50-50. It looks like it's a little bit more in Bretonia's favor, though. Oh, we're getting one of the Hell Pits down. Out come the clan rats. Sure, Mullah. There you go. It's really just all right here. This is all that's left for the most part. Lowen had to pull out of that fight. Looking pretty dicey for him. Oh my god. Can Czeremis pull this one off? The other Hell Pit Abomination is probably going to get popped by these bowmen here. Oh. I think Czeremis has got this balance power shifting pretty heavily in his favor now. There's not a lot left on the battlefield that the Skaven owned, as you guys can see. Loxton Soothsayer might now face his first loss of the game. Skrulk is... Oh! Skrulk is wavering. Skrulk is gone. Army losses now. Should be kicking in. As soon as that Hell Pit pops. I mean... Sure, there's this Assassin, but it's not really going to do much once that thing goes down. That was such a well-played fight. That was a brutal cockfight. That was a pretty impressive, like, geometry, defensive geometry, right? Like, I haven't seen Skaven used like that before. It's typically like a dwarf thing. Army loss are kicking in, and Czeremis pulls ahead. Not pulls ahead. He pulls a win out, going 2-1 in the finals, trying to keep himself in it. Woo! Oh my god. Top of my head is sweating. That was a great game. Holy shit. 237 kills, 148 kills from those Grail Knights, 168 kills from the defenders of the Fleur-de-Lis. And the battle programs really pulled their own there. 113, 157, 194 against all these like Skaven slaves. Whew, that was a great match. Hopefully they saved that. All right, let's get our next match here. That is going to be on the ruins of Parravon. Whew. All right, so let's go ahead and transition back to my testing head. And for our first time, Czeremis is now on the board. 1-2 against Loxton Soothsayer here. Woo! These finals are eating up. Oh, you gotta leave, Whiskey Jack? We're almost done, dude. How dare you leave? Take that. Take that, Lindsay. Got you fucking so good. All right. While they're changing their things around, let's get some Bailey in. Fritz, what's up, brother? Come here. Oh, cute. Is that a big stretch? Did you just stretch your hips out? Got hip dysplasia, unfortunately. Where's your cat? My cat's in the room. I don't let the cats in my room because I'm allergic to cats. I have to constantly take Benadryl. I'm not a huge fan of cats. They're not my cats. They're my roommate's cats. I'm chatting with a girl at the moment. Fuck yeah, you are, big BJ fan. How are you supposed to get BJs if you're not talking to someone? You know, Crisps, I can deal with like Ninja. Ninja's really cool. Like I love Ninja. He's the gray cat that you guys always see. The other cat's an asshole. But I like Ninja so much that I'm like, he can come inside. You don't get BJs, you're just a fan? Come on, bro. We all get BJs. Life will suck your dick sometimes, but sometimes you will suck life's dick. So, everyone's a fan of BJs. Everyone's a fan of BJs, right? It's okay. Fucking Lindsay, chill the fuck out. I'll show you the cats later. Shit. I love ninjas. Spartacus 2019. Dude, you should see the fucking picture I have, Crisps, of the two cats in the same room as the dog. That's breaking some barriers down. Dude, I'll fucking scissor you at the gym. Who do you think 1v1 lore-wise on, what, Lone Leonkar or Karl Franz? Lone Leonkar. Karl Franz is not like, blessed by the lady. He's not the consummate paladin, isn't he? Scissor me timber, Xerxes. Always going to the gym, men staring down my vag. Oh. Czeremis. I'm in the middle of something, Lindsay. Fucking duh. But didn't Lowen beat the Green Knight? I can't recall. Dacklemore, take that back. Take that back. Lowen killed like 2 greater demons. Alright, so it looks like we're going to be seeing Dark Elves versus Wood Elves. Czeremis on the Dark Elves and Loxton Soothsayer on the Wood Elves. I don't believe you need to beat the Green Knight to become a Grail Knight Wrath. You just simply need to partake in a quest and sup from the Grail as a result of your quest, as the lady appears to thee, and bequeath the Grail. Yes, correct, Crisps. You're so licky. You're so licky. Guys, if we do another Everchosen, should I make Creative Assembly get a costume for like Lizardmen or Skaven? Can I give you an example of a lore grail quest? I don't know what they're gonna be though. I don't know if they're gonna have. Did they say that they're gonna have grail quests? Giant albino lizard costume. Yes, an elven god in the end times. You kind of suspect she's an elven god all throughout like the 7th and 8th edition. Give Turn a skink costume. Guys, I kind of want to do a Blades of Corn Age of Sigmar army. Oh, big yawn. I bought this. I got this. Ooh, sorry, baby. I got this. Because it was like, I bought it on Amazon for like 40 bucks. It was like $30 off. I don't know if I'm going to do it, but it was super cheap. And the price on these went up on Games Workshop, so I didn't want to like miss it. I don't think I stepped on the dog because she didn't yelp. It's over there, isn't it? Isn't it, baby, 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 baby? Oh. What is that? She just always wants to, like, if I put my hand here, she just wants to be under my arm. The only place she feels safe. Is this the only place that feels safe, puppy? If you don't fuck with your dog by blowing on its nose or ears, what kind of dog owner are you? You ever think about that, guys? Right. Oh man, get like one of those tongues that like turns everything into like fucking paper mache. Factions do you want to see in Warhammer 3 Spartacus? Chaos Dwarfs for sure. I want to see Chaos Dwarfs. I think they'd be the most fun. Kislev, Ogre Kingdoms, and Chaos Demons. Mikey Brokey. I've got them because all the prices on the getting started went up, but I'm kind of thinking of doing Blades of Corn instead. But I already paint Blood Angels. And I'm kind of like, I kind of don't really want to paint another red army. Even though I've got all the paints, I kind of want to do a different colored army. And all gold, while not like a different color, is very easy to paint. So if Turn and I want to get into Age of Sigmar, it wouldn't be... the overhead on painting would be pretty minimal. They have bird puppies. It's true. That's one thing that kind of sucks though. Everything with Stormcast is like, oh man, Retributors are sick. All these other things are sick, but they all now suck because the newest fucking thing to open up is all really, really, really good. I guess. Black and gold corn palettes. That'd be pretty sick, Nate. I'm not gonna lie. Guys, if you haven't, make sure you follow me on Twitch so you can watch some fucking Vermintide later this week. I think the Ideneth Deepkin are really sick, Crisps. We're just waiting on Loxton Soothsayer. He's getting a quick drink, guys. So that's why we're holding off here a little bit. We'll be starting our maybe final match, maybe not. If Czeremis can win this one, we're going to be 2-2 in the finals. Best of 5, of course. I don't know. You see, the big problem with Nippon and Ind is that I think it would make the Game 3 map too big. Because the Darklands are fucking huge, guys. That would need to be like a Game 4. How often does Game Workshop put out new models? Depends. How often do they update models? Not very often. How long do they put up new models? Every 2 weeks or so? Dude, Banana Beer is great. I love that shit. Alright, we're good to go. Loading into the Ruins of Parravon. Our 4th match of the day. Oh, maybe not. Alright, there we go. All right. MGL Kaiser, what's up, brother? Taking a look here, we do have Dark Elves and the Wood Elves. Wood Elves being played by Loxton Soothsayer, Dark Elves by Czeremis here. We'll see how things go. They're setting everything up. We're on the Ruins of Parravon. A fitting map, I feel. Even allowed to do what? The biggest thing is that there are some things, according to Creative Assembly. Well, not even. This is like an off the records according to Creative Assembly. Like this was like a in passing conversation. This wasn't like a here's our official stance. It was that like there are certain things that Creative Assembly, or I'm sorry, that Games Workshop doesn't really want brought back up into like the current lore or meta of things, because the old Games Workshop was not like, it weren't like racist, but it was like they just took the stereotypical things, and it's unimaginative. And Games Workshop's all about being original now and being imaginative and having original names, Drukari, and stuff like that, so they can A, copyright them, and B, have stuff that like actually is distinguishable from other fantasies. Like Veritas just said, Araby is a caricature of Middle Eastern like armies. It's not even really real, you know? So it's like, this isn't like a high fantasy Araby. It's just like a kind of like just this over the top caricature. Although, like, I mean, they have genies, they've got flying carpets. It's just like a little too much. Although someone did a really cool, I never remember his name. He's the guy who did all the really cool fan-made army books for Warhammer Fantasy, and he did like a really cool one with like Janissaries and stuff like that, kind of using a lot of like Ottoman Turk style units to fill out Araby's roster. I thought that that was really cool. All right, we're getting pretty close here. I think we can start taking a look at the Wood Elves. So Loxton Soothsayer went with a nice, good front line here of the Deepwood Scouts with Swift Shiva Shard. These are the magic attack shards here. They're going to do a lot of damage, 135 range in these bad boys. So again, just like his Way Watchers, he's looking to get some initial play out in the vanguard forefronts of the engagement here before pushing behind the rest of his line using it to screen. Speaking of his line, he's got a nice, long, good line of Eternal Guard mixed in with Dryads. This is going to give him a lot of really good abilities here. Dryads have some pretty good 20% physical resist. On top of that, they're going to be really great to get around to the sides of the Dark Elf army. They have a pretty good speed at 36, so it's really no different than most elves. 33 to 36 is most elf infantry. Matthias Elson is his name. Crackology. But on top of that, we're going to see a Spellsinger of Life, a Spellsinger Beasts. We get a Summon Up as well. Oh, that's just a Dryad. I thought that was a Branch Wraith. And then the Glade Lord, yet again, on a horse, getting that Parravon Thromos. This is very similar to the Vampire Count build that we saw. Or, I'm sorry, when Loxton Soothsayer was playing against the Vampire Counts. We see 2 units of Wild Riders, 4 total units of Wild Riders. Remember, Wild Riders do have physical resist. They're very great on the charge. None of these have shields, so the look of these guys are going to be very strategic and harassing here. But let's take a look at our Dark Elf bros. Now, the Dark Elves, ooh. Czeremis is ready for his defensive geometry here. 3 total Reaper Bolt Throwers. Sorry, Repeater Bolt Throwers here. Repeater Bolt Throwers, of course. They have anti-large, they have AP, but you can also make them anti-infantry variants. So these guys have a lot of really quick, cool little tricks up their sleeves. They have some Dread Spears, some Bleak Swords in the very front. No heavy infantry that I can really see. No Executioners, no Blackguard of Nagaron. We have 1 unit of Blackguard Corsairs with Hambos, right? 2, 3 total units of Blackguard Corsairs with Hambos. We have 3 total units of Dark Riders with Shields looking to, I'm sorry, these are the Dark Riders with Shields. These are the Cold One Knights. The Cold One Knights looking to knock down some of the Wild Rider charges. Dark Riders with Shields looking to hopefully take out any kind of Vanguard missile deployment like with those Deepwood Scouts. And then lastly, we have a Supreme Sorceress of Death Magic on a Dark Pegasus with Soul Blight and Spirit Leech. This is going to be a pretty interesting little army here. I'm really stoked to see how this one goes. All right. Things are going off. Reaper Bolt Throwers. You know, the big thing about the Bolt Throwers is keeping them in the anti-large configuration actually does a shit ton of damage to armored infantry units. Oop, anti-infantry though, kicking through. Despite what I just said. See, I mean, as you can see, it is anti-infantry, but it is AP, but it's not doing a whole ton. That just took 3 volleys to the face. Walks in the Woods, starring Elijah. I blanked out on what Frodo's name in Lord of the Rings was. What the fuck's something Elijah? Reaper Bolt Thrower just getting some shots on. Still, again, like I said, not doing a ton of damage. Actual cattle wolves. Shia LaBeouf. Deepwood Scouts getting shot up as well. And there's that Dark Rider play, trying to get out there as fast as possible, shut down those Deepwood Scouts. Hopefully some Wild Riders will come and help them out, but they're going to be screening behind their Eternal Guards and Dryads to get out of that fight just in time. This is quite a turn of events, right? Usually you see the Wood Elves that are hiding in the forest, especially because they get winds of magic regeneration bonuses if they have branch wraiths and the such. So it's an interesting play to kind of see this different. See this being a little bit different. The Swift Shiver Shards bouncing off those shields, those silver shields there. Colonel Guard charging in here to their Dark Brethren. Dark Riders coming in as well, looking to help reinforce them. Those are Cold One Knights, not Dark Riders. Dryads jumping in as well, looking to slam dunk. Ooh, Parravon Rama onto the Cold One Knights. So they're going to probably be focused down by those Deepwood Scouts. See, that's the unfortunate thing about Reaper Bolt Throwers. I think that they have a very specific niche in targeting big units or maybe even dwarfs. They just don't do enough damage, even with their anti-infantry variant. It's kind of disappointing. Although that did kind of a lot more damage than I thought it would. Alright, a Manticore summon up here. Good choice. Probably looking to jump that right into those Reaper Bolt Throwers. But he does have those Cold One Knights there, right waiting for it. But there it is. Charge right into the line there, pouncing into those Dread Spears, which were actually brace, I believe. It's already got half health. Oh, no. I'm an idiot. I was looking at the Dread Spears. Alright, stacking up Earthblood as well as Soulblight. Soulblight against the Wood Elves. Earthblood looking to do some healing here. Looking to try and take this left flank as best as possible. The right flank is in a little bit more of a dicey situation. You have the Dryads trying to knock apart these Bleak Swords. Wild Riders are pushing over to the far right and behind. And you have these Dark Riders that are just kind of doing some harrying charges against stuff. There's those Wild Riders going right after these Dark Riders over here. That's going to be a pretty brutal charge for them. They're going to do a lot more damage to them than they will to them. That was a sentence that made no sense at all. The Supreme Sorceress, though, is in great health. But she is being attacked by Wild Riders and Dryads. Trying to get some additional damage onto her, bring her down as fast as possible. You do have a Manticore here, looking to just push these Bleak Swords out of the game. Although I wish that Manticore was on the Supreme Sorceress here. I didn't see the Scroll of Hecate on this BZ. Yeah, no Scroll of Hecate, so no cool wind spells coming off there. I'm going to take a big surveillance of the map here. We can see that there are still quite a bit of Dark Elves, and the balance of power is grossly shifted into the favor of the Dark Elves. This might be pushing into a 2-2 right now. Another Manticore summon coming up here, but what's really got to happen is shutting down all this infantry, and the Deepwood Scouts, I think, are just getting harried into the Shadow Realm here. Got a Parravon Rama kicking onto those handbows. Manticore pouncing onto that Supreme Sorceress. Looks like Loxton Soothsayer is doing whatever he can to capitalize on this one and just kind of win it out here. Balance power has now shifted super, super, super hard, and the Dark Elves fall to the might of the Wood Elves. I did confuse the Dark Elves with the Wood Elves in the balance power there earlier. It was definitely in the favor of the Wood Elves. I just fucked up on the color scheme. So it looks like Loxton Soothsayer pulls ahead 3-1 in the finals, winning the finals, and our last Warp token for the Warp Stone Cup Competitive League. That was a great final fight. We saw a reverse of geometry there. Rather than the Skaven defensive line, we saw the Dark Elf defensive line. But I think really Czeremis took too many Reaper Bolt Throwers. Reaper Bolt Throwers are cool and all. They were so awesome in tabletop. If you didn't have Bolt Throwers in tabletop, you were losing if you were playing Elves. But I think in Total War, they just don't make much sense. I think maybe a Blackguard of Nagron, or maybe even some or the units of the Blades of the Blood Queen would have been better served here, because that aura of Guardian would have been benefiting the entire defensive unit there. Maybe even a unit of Dark Shards or something to kind of just get more damage out. Just taking off all 4 of those Reaper Bolt Throwers, I just think would have been way more beneficial, especially against the Wood Elves. But great game to Czeremis and to Loxton Soothsayer. This was a ton of fun. I'm saying thank you to our competitors. So big GG to them. You're 35. You're 35. So Czeremis is saying your build surprised me in pretty much every battle, and mana cores are great, I guess, from what I saw. And Loxton Soothsayer said your 3,500 rats Skaven army the last time we played in the 40-unit tourney surprised me. So let's take a look here. Our bracket, where is it? There it is. So we will be ending things here. Czeremis will fall out of this tournament. Loxton Soothsayer will push ahead, getting the last warp token. And our finals will be casted alongside Turin. We'll be doing a best of three, followed by a best of 5. If not, all best of 5s in a third place match. I'm not really sure. I'll discuss it with him. We'll kind of think something up. We'll have that going here probably on a weekend rather than a weekday, just so we can get more people watching and more people invested in it. Guys, thank you so much for watching the stream here today. Thank you guys so much for your donations. Colin, you donated twice here today. Major Mula, thank you very much. And you're also a Crimson Spartan. You're on the Patreon, so thank you so fucking much for that. Michael Henvey, thank you as well. I think we have another donation that I missed. Yeah, Nathan Hewitt, thank you as well, my dude. I always get a dislike or two. It's not a big deal. Let's go ahead and roll those credits. There we go. Guys, thank you so much for watching here today. Thanks so much to our contestants here. We had the Mighty Flying Taco, Loxton Soothsayer, Czeremis, and Reginald Puggington. Great matches. Be on the lookout for that last match, though, with the Skaven and the Bretonia on one of our channels, either myself or Turin. I like to give him replays so he doesn't have to use his hand as much. Okay. Whew. Yeah, I haven't fixed the credits in a long time, but it's whatever. But this will be up on the channel after the fact. So, guys, thanks so much for tuning in here today. Have a good one and take care. Also, GG. Bailey says bye to you guys.